That happened one time. There was a little bit of we thought it was a big fire scare. Actually, man, we saw the smoke and everything. Then, the neighbors are running out, and I turned back, and they're like, well, what'd you forget, man? I go, my coffee's on the counter. What's up, everybody? Smash that up on the way in. Thank you. Over 100. We're just beginning, man. We already got over 100 amplified motherfuckers smashing that up. We're headed to 200 already. Fuck yeah, man. I got a Folgers coffee I just made. Freshly brewed Folgers coffee. Yo, Sasha, hit me with that jam.
Hero held and tight. I'll start Folgers to brew. Mountain grown aroma coming.
Folgers aroma roasted coffee made from mountain grown beans, richly roasted and finely ground for great waking up aroma.
Oh, what that aroma can do, brighter day for me and you. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Little bit of Folgers. It's in your motherfucking cup. Put some sugar in here, though, man. I gotta have a couple of packets of sugar. We're getting to the review. Hold on. Are they still running fucking ads on BC's, Son? We're going out for burgers. Would you like to... I'm vegan, Dad. They're actually running ads on my fucking... Hey, the tube. A little bit later is when they're not gonna... Yeah, they're gonna be pissed off at BC. Vince will be in fucking YouTube's ear. Can you get this guy out of here? He didn't like our show last night. That's not the case, by the way. The show, everybody is talking about how the show was good last night, right? I mean, that's the big thing. Isn't it sad that that's where we've come? Everybody is fucking getting a hard on because the show was actually decent and some even saying good last night. Isn't it sad when we're shocked that a pay-per-view actually does good because on paper it's so fucking bad? Isn't that fucking sad that that's what it's come to, guys? In fact, you see the headline, right? Why McMahon's stale formula has to stop. And you're thinking, damn, BC, how are you gonna trash that pay-per-view last night? That special premium event. Well, first of all, I'm not trashing shit. We're gonna find out together what was good, bad, and ugly. You guys see. Hold on. You guys see the fucking board. Together, we're gonna go over every match. And together, we're gonna put every match into one of these categories. Good, bad, or ugly. Every match gets at least one tally. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is you want to stay away from the uglies. Because at the end of this review, we're gonna cross out every ugly. And it's gonna turn into 2 bads. So that'll drastically change the outcome of if this was a good or bad pay-per-view, special event, premium event. Stay away from the uglies. Every ugly turns into 2 bads. And rule number 3, if there is a tiebreaker, we go to the kickoff. However, I don't think there's kickoffs anymore. So we're just going to decide together if this was good or bad. If there's a tie, I'm going to take it to the unit. We're going to do a poll, and you guys are going to decide. So those are the rules, man. Pretty fucking simple. So we're gonna find out if this was good or not. That's what we're gonna do together, man. My job right now as a reviewer or an actual critic, something that I take very seriously, a critic in this industry, and I put myself above everybody else because I just have the logic and common sense to go with the knowledge and the facts. That's not a pat on the back, it's just the fucking truth. So I'm gonna put myself above everybody else when it comes critiquing this fucking business and industry. You're damn right. I don't trust anybody above me. So BC's gonna have to do this. I can't just sit back and look at just the event last night and go, wow, they delivered. All is right. The whole fucking month plus of lack of build, fuck it. You see, guys, most of the community is sucking this pay-per-view's peacock this morning. Because it was better than we thought it was going to be. That's what we're hearing, right? It's better than we thought it was going to be. Or here's another one I've been hearing this morning. It was better than WrestleMania Night 2. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I would hope so. It's a whole pay-per-view premium event of rematches. If you go to the circus or a Broadway show or any staged combat event, It's probably going to be better as time goes on. The more you work with one another, the more you do the same fucking thing. It's called repetition. It's called redundancy. I love how people are shocked that this was better than the first time because they've had time to work with one another even more. That's what a rematch is. That's usually why people don't want to see the rematches, because usually there isn't care to it. So even if you get the good match, there's no investment into it. But I love what I'm hearing, right? It was better than WrestleMania Night 2. Wow, it was a good event. Shocker. So most of the community is sucking this pay-per-view's peacock this morning. Well, I, BC, am done giving this company mulligan after mulligan after mulligan every time they produce shitty television week after week after week. And then when we get to the pay-per-view, they pull out their fucking magic wand, Expecto Petroleum, and they give us a good night of wrestling. And this formula just repeats itself, doesn't it, guys? Every single time there's a pay-per-view coming around, you'll see it again with Hell in a Cell. That's in about less than 4 weeks. You'll start it off tonight. Lack of build, right? You're gonna get the same redundant formula. Shitty storylines, in fact, most of the time, non-existent storylines. Nothing ever makes sense. Characters don't even fucking matter. Vince McMahon doesn't even care. The pay-per-view card is barely worthy of live event status. And you know I'm right. We just saw it again with Backlash and so many others. So, they know as long as they can shut everyone up in the end, then all is good in the world. As long as they can not give a fuck for the entire month and focus on other measures of the business. How can we liquidate the streaming services, the broadcast television TV rights, other countries giving them tens of millions of dollars? Fuck the fans. Fuck what we're producing, trash television every week. As long as in the end, at the pay-per-view, we can deliver a decent and maybe even good pay-per-view on the backs of the wrestlers who now have to work twice and 3 times as hard because of the lack of care and build. As long as they go out and do what they can do, everybody will be happy the next Monday morning. Well, BC is calling bullshit because I'm done doing that shit. I'm done with the repetition and the bullshit and the redundancy. Could you imagine? Let me put it in terms that you can understand a little bit more after a nice swig of Folgers coffee. Folgers, it's the best part of waking up. It's Folgers in your cup. Folgers in your motherfucking cup. Let me get a nice swig from my amp unit. Could you imagine if your significant other, I'm talking to every unit member out there right now, could you imagine if your significant other, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is, could you imagine if they forgot your birthday? They literally forgot your birthday. Then, for Valentine's Day, they got you a candy bar. So they forgot your birthday. Valentine's Day comes around and they gave you a candy bar. Not even a card, flowers, no, just a candy bar. Not even anything extravagant. It's like one of those little Hershey bars you get at the convenience store for a fucking $1.05. So birthday, they forgot. Valentine's Day, they gave you a candy bar. Now here comes your anniversary rolls around. And for your anniversary, they get you a $5 gift card to Walmart. So now let's play this year of festivities out. Your birthday, they forgot about. This is your significant other. Forgot about your birthday, got you a candy bar for Valentine's Day and a $5 Walmart gift card for your anniversary. You'd probably leave them by now, right? But you stick around because they got some good qualities. You've loved them for so long. Christmas rolls around. And for Christmas, they actually get you a nice gift. Nothing over the top. Obviously, this schmuck has proven you can't do that, but they get you something nice, maybe a $250 pair of nice Oakley sunglasses. Getting you ready for the next spring and summer. Nice gift, right? So you're like, oh man, I was about to leave, but all right, there's your good qualities. I'll stick around. I'll stick around for another month until my birthday. And then the next year comes around. So basically, all of that, they spent about fucking $6 on your ass the entire year until they got to Christmas. And then you stayed with them because of that Christmas culminating present. So the next year, the same shit happens. Your birthday, they forget about it. Your Valentine's Day gift is another candy bar. Your Valentine's Day gift is a fucking candy bar. Your anniversary gift is another $5 Walmart gift card, and then you get the Christmas again next year, and they give you a little $200 necklace. You know, the one with the little small little diamond. Yeah, you need a microscope to really see that it is even a diamond. Yeah, one of those little $200 ones you get at the mall kiosk. You know, the little mall shops. Fucking, you could just tell fucking Shady Dan just emptied his van the morning of. Put out all this fucking jewelry. Yeah, that's what you got your significant other. My point is, this is the same fucking shit. Every fucking week. It is no care, no effort. Week number 1, build to the pay-per-view is totally forgotten about, as if there isn't even a pay-per-view in 3 or 4 weeks. The second week, you might get a candy bar, right? One fucking match might be announced, and a semblance of a storyline might be beginning. 2 weeks before the pay-per-view, you might get that $5 Walmart gift card. Maybe 3 matches have been announced. And to get to the pay-per-view match, you're going to see the match already happen on TV. Oh, so the time the pay-per-view comes around, it's a rematch. And then what? At Christmas, you're going to finally blow your fucking load and give everybody a nice gift. And we're supposed to stick around and say everything is hunky-dory because you gave us a nice Christmas gift. Well, that's what these pay-per-views have become. The birthday is forgotten about. Valentine's Day is a total fucking shitfest. Anniversary has turned into non-existency. And then when Christmas comes around, the pay-per-view, you want to give us a nice fucking gift. I'm done with that fucking formula. I am done. Why can we not have the good builds? Storylines we're invested in larger-than-life characters that are jumping off the screen, and everything they do is amazing. What the fuck happened to that? And then we're supposed to sit back, and I watched the community bust their load this morning because we got a good event last night. And everybody, honestly, and everybody sits there and goes, see, you just gotta let it play out, basically. For weeks, you've been trashing the Raws. I told you the pay-per-view would be good. You fucking idiot. I've been trashing them because the shows are that fucking horrendous. What good is a pay-per-view if there's no excitement going into it? I cannot tell you guys. I can try to explain because I have a channel. I can gauge an audience. I'm telling you right now, there was nobody giving a fuck. I had people that were there. Is it Trev Reigns? Were you there last night in the chat? I had people going there and telling me, BC, that shit was not as fun as it could have been. Because even though we got some good matches, the excitement going in was not there. Back in the day, you had that, man. Back in the day, guys, you would wake up. I don't care your age range, man. It could be fucking 8 in the morning. My whether it's parents, uncles, much older than me at the time I was a kid, we'd be talking about that over breakfast, about the pay-per-view coming up that night. We'd be going over the match card. We'd be excited. These days, you wake up on a pay-per-view Sunday or Saturday, you know what most of the community is saying? Oh, I forgot there was a pay-per-view tonight. You know I'm right, dude. How sad is that people forget there's even a pay-per-view now? Because nobody's excited about it. So in this review, we're different than everybody else. I'm not going to sit here and go, guys, decent pay-per-view last night. Let's talk about it. Spend your time with BC so we can talk about a good pay-per-view. No, we're not going to pull that shit on this review. I'm going to hold them accountable for all of the booking and all of the shit that didn't make sense and all of the shit that did not invest us into the product. And that's going to factor into this good, the bad, and the ugly. So don't be shocked. Don't be shocked at the fact that at the end of this review, there is more bad than goods. Don't be shocked. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm factoring everything into this son of a bitch. You could think I'm the worst guy in the community. I'm such an asshole, but that's not the case. Well, maybe a little bit of it. Just a little bit. But I'm also a truthful motherfucker who just wants the product, the businesses to get better again. Pro wrestling is on life support. It's been on life support. I'm trying to help take the motherfucker off. Nobody wants to pay attention. It's like a Band-Aid, right? Weeks and weeks of bad television. We get to a pay-per-view and Vince has them go out there and do what they're capable of. So then the next morning, we're all talking about how great it was. And then we repeat the process. Weeks of bad television, weeks of poorly built storylines or non-existent. No character is jumping off the screen. We don't care about anything or anyone. And then we get to a pay-per-view and it's the same fucking thing. It's a Band-Aid every fucking time we hit a premium event. And guys, I'm going to run one more thing past you. A premium event. It's kind of fitting they changed that name to a premium event because aren't you guys feeling like this is just a live event? You get the wrestlers having good matches, which they allow on the live events. And that's pretty much it. The build to it is non-existent. There's no care for it. I mean, these premium events just seem like live events just put on the Peacock network. I'm really not getting pay-per-view vibes anymore. I haven't for years, but it just seems to be even worse. So that's my cold open. You can get your tear buckets and you can cry because I'm going to be too harsh on this review, and that's fine. You know, BC, I thought it was a really good, solid show, man. Well, match-wise, it damn sure was. We know what these talents can do. I'm not shocked that they put on a good performance. What I'm frustrated beyond belief is that Vince McMahon did not put on the good performance for weeks to help these matches, to help these individuals, to help this pay-per-view card. Premium event. So, with that said, what do you say we kick off this good, the bad, and the ugly, guys, with match number 1? Again, every match is going to go in one of these tallies, man. Good, bad, or ugly. And we're going to start off with Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. This was a 20-minute match. Match of the year again for BC. I said it at Mania Night 1. I'm going to say it again. They are just battling each other to see who gets match of the year. And it could be Cody and Seth Rollins when it's all said and done. Maybe I liked their Night 1 match a little better, but this match was right fucking there, dude. Again, I'm not shocked. This was a rematch from Mania, so there's no reason it shouldn't be more polished. So this was a 20-minute match. I have not been this into a wrestling match since maybe April 2nd with these two very wrestlers squaring off. These same exact dudes. The sequel lived up to the hype. Move for move, completely captivated. Minimal mistakes, if any. These two just create magic with one another, and I'm here for it, man. If down the road, they're probably going to have this at Hell in a Cell. But I would like it down the road. I wouldn't mind a part 3. And I can't stand rematches. But I mean, these two just create magic. Sometimes you just have that. You guys can, since you guys have been watching pro wrestling, you could probably think of about 3 or 4 pairs that just create magic in the ring. Maybe for you, it's Stone Cold and Austin. Or Stone Cold and Austin? How about Stone Cold and The Rock? Let's move that a little bit. Stone Cold and Austin. Knowing McMahon, he's had Undertaker versus Undertaker before. Doink versus Doink. Maybe Rock and Austin is your magical tandem. Maybe it's fucking Eddie Guerrero and fucking Benoit. But we've all seen tandems that are just amazing together. For me, I mean, Cody and Seth Rollins just does the trick, man. You know, yeah, up there with like fucking, yeah, I don't know. I can think of 10 magical tandems. You guys could probably think of a bunch too, but I can think of like 10 that were just magic when they get in the ring. Even on their worst night, they're going to create magic. So anyway, this just competed just like night number 1 with match of the year so far. I know we're still young into the year, early May, but Cody and Seth Rollins are having a threshold on that match of the year category. The finish came at exactly the 20-minute mark when Rollins attempts a roll-up while holding the tights. Cody reverses and rolls Rollins up, returning the favor and holding the tights. Now, I can't stand the roll-up finish, but at least this was not a 2-minute Shayna or a 90-second Shayna Baszler roll-up. It's not to the category of Ricky Steamboat Macho Man WrestleMania 3. It's not at that level, But 20 minutes into this match, giving each other everything they had, holding the tights, Cody one-upping Rollins at his own dastardly deed, I'm more okay with a roll-up in this circumstance than any other. So I'm not going to bash the roll-up as much as you think I would. This is much more appropriate. The problem is we see so many roll-up finishes that this does get kind of lost in the shuffle. That's the problem with doing it 19 times every show. Especially with the Fruit Roll-Up Target Championship that everybody chases around. The Catering Crusaders. But Cody wins this match. There is no way on the planet, and I hate seeing Rollins rack up L's, because this is now 2 in a row on premium events. But there is no way under the sun that Cody Rhodes can be losing. It looks like Cody Rhodes is on a fiery track to Roman Reigns. Everybody always complains. It's only Roman. It's all about Roman. They're not, nobody else seems to even being booked near the top. Well, Cody's it. For anybody complaining that Rollins just took 2 L's, I feel you, brah. I would have never booked that match because neither can lose. But there's no way that Cody can afford that L. He's the guy being booked right now to be the one to knock off Roman Reigns way before The Rock. I hope it's not for both titles. I hope it's just one. I want Cody to win that WWE title and then bring back the Winged Eagle Championship. You guys remember the old school title? He brought back the IC, the original before. I want to see Cody do it again with the heavyweight title, the Winged Eagle title. But I don't want him necessarily winning both titles. Separate them. Cody wins that. And Roman can still be a dominant motherfucker with his Universal title. Still has that reign intact. But we're building another star. There's a lost art, a crazy concept we forgot about for 10 years. Creating a star. Cody Rhodes is that motherfucker. 2 mega W's over the talent, the likes of Seth Rollins, bro. Could you imagine when Cody takes on Roman Reigns? Bro, get the goosebumps rocking. You can't fuck that up. Vince will try to. Vince will try to find a way to fuck that up. Because when Cody was going back up the ramp last night, he was yelling at the crowd with the fucking discount double check, the Aaron Rodgers discount double check, and he was screaming, heavyweight title, it's mine. That's my title. Cody was hyped up. He was amplified. Cody was telling you, not a prediction, a spoiler. I'm coming for that fucking heavyweight title. So, I just loved everything about that first match, man. Match number 1 will go into the good column. Man, this is where I'm going to come across as a big asshole right now, man. We started off really good. Fuck. I forgot to do this, and it has to be done. For booking such a shitty card on paper, for not giving any fucks whatsoever about making it exciting for anybody, for being repetitive in the way you do business every single premium event, Vince. The card from the beginning goes into the ugly column. Oh, I know, man. BC, we started off so good, man. Bro, I call myself the most fairest and honest critic of pro wrestling. I'll fucking end the channel right now if I ever stop being that. When I critique a show, it's everything. The booking, the excitement going into it. Does it make sense? Are there rematches on the card? What's the reasoning, right? I ask all these questions and then I come to a conclusion. There's no way I can come before you when this red light goes on and we're live on the air, and I'm not going to put this exactly where it deserves from the beginning. The card itself generated no buzz. That goes into the ugly. Now you're relying on the superstars to work themselves out of the ugly. Congratulations, you did that in match number 1. Match number 1 is now trying to work out of the hole that Vince McMahon gave them. Don't blame BC for that ugly. That's Vince McMahon that gave you that ugly. That ain't fucking BC, bro. That ain't me. That's Vincent Kennedy McMahon, VKM, who's in Stamford, Connecticut right now, busting a nut because everybody is praising his pay-per-view last night. See? I told you we didn't have to worry about the whole month of build. They don't care. Just give them a decent pay-per-view and they'll bust a nut. They'll keep sucking the peacock. No, Vince. BC refuses. That's going to be an ugly just for the event itself. But the good news is, Cody and Seth Rollins began the process of trying to fight out of that ugly. Because again, when this is all said and done, this review, I'm going to take those uglies, I'm crossing them out, and they're going to become 2 bads apiece. So technically, we have a 2-to-1 right now. 2 bads, 1 ugly. Or I'm sorry, 2 bads, 1 good. Because that's going to be crossed out to 2 bads. All right, now I can keep going. I had to do that, man. There's no way I can let Vince off the hook, especially not with that cold open. But salute to Cody Rhodes and Rollins, man, for trying to turn this thing around. We go into match number 2. Can we keep the momentum going from match number 1? This is this is Bobby Lashley versus Omas. Hold on, before I go over match number 2, man, smash that up. We're so close to 2. I want to see that live. 200 on the ups. I have OCD. I like the whole numbers. I love seeing that shit like rock over a whole fucking a whole number. But yeah, thank you guys, man. We just smashed over 200. Let's go to 300 now live, and we're just beginning this son of a bitch. So match number 2. Bobby Lashley versus Omas. Second match in a row that is an exact rematch from WrestleMania. So we would have to see something incredible for this to be considered good, right? Because Bobby Lashley should be a main eventer. We should feel something when Lashley comes down the ramp, but we don't. Because Vince McMahon has ruined Bobby Lashley every single way possibly underneath the sun that you could ruin a wrestler. So Bobby Lashley doesn't even have that mystique when he comes down the ramp. Omas needs a million years of work. Booking-wise alone. I feel bad for the dude. Vince botched this guy tremendously, and he already was lacking pure sheer talent. So Omas is just in a world of shit right now booking. So you would have to do something incredible for this match to go into the good. This is the same exact match we saw at WrestleMania with no reason to see it again. No storyline that was epic. And this is what I mean about storyline. Just make it fun. Why the fuck a couple of weeks ago wasn't Omas taking out Lashley backstage to the point where Lashley had his leg taken out? MVP maybe took him out with his cane. So they bring one of those golf carts with the flatbeds and you put the guy who's injured, like you see on the football field. You put Bobby on the back of this flatbed medical cart, and he goes to drive off, but Omos comes back. He flips the golf cart. The golf cart lands on top of fucking Bobby Lashley. Lashley is now taken to the fucking hospital. Omos and MVP are talking a lot of shit when he gets taken to the hospital. Oh, we're going to stay here all night. If Bobby's truly as badass as he says he is, he'll leave the hospital and come back to finish what he says he can finish. Knowing that Bobby Lashley can't leave the fucking hospital, they just pretty much destroyed him. But all of a sudden, they get word, late hour number 2, that Lashley's on his way back. They don't know how he left. It was against doctor's orders. There's a missing ambulance somehow. MVP's like, maybe we should just pack up and get out of the arena. So we cut back a couple of segments later. They're leaving the arena. You got the fucking VIP, the Who train. MVP's girls are getting in there with Omas. Everybody's filling the limousine. They're trying to run out of the arena. And here he comes, sirens and all. Bobby Lashley is flying into the fucking ramp parking lot with a fucking stolen ambulance. Crashes right into the limousine. Obviously, this is a stunt. It takes a lot of time. Pro wrestling can be a TV show. It is. It's theatrics. Smash into the fucking limousine. Lashley gets out. Cops, police, everybody is chasing up, trying to separate him. Hey, you developed time, care, effort. You invested money into this. Now, when we get to the fucking match, we remember there's a lot at stake here, man. These two want to get to one another. But I'm thinking too much, right? I'm booking this like an actual booker, like a creator. I'm creating. I'm having fun creating this. I'm putting in some effort, right? This was just thought of on a whim. I am alive, and I just thought of that story. Live! In a fucking minute. But no, you know what we did the last 4 weeks? They're yelling at each other from the ramp and from the ring. A little bit of punches in the ring. In the VIP lounge. Or we could get fun. So anyway, the build to this was fucking just, it's being built as just a rematch for Mania. It has to be incredible for this to go into the good. It was not incredible. It was nowhere near incredible. You guys know that. It was nowhere near incredible. It was the opposite. The match time clocked in at 9 minutes. It was a 9-minute match. And saw Omas defeat Lashley after MVP drove his cane into the throat of Lashley. And Omas follows it up with that Omos double-handed slam. And Lashley could not kick out. So, was the match way more polished than 5 weeks ago at WrestleMania? Absolutely. Way more polished. Again, it's a rematch. I would hope it's more polished. You have 5 more weeks to rehearse the shit, and you've already worked with one another on the big stage. So I don't understand why everyone's like, at least it was better than Mania. Of course. These are rematches. If you do something in repetition, you're going to get better at it. So this was way more polished than 5 weeks ago. So you could tell way more rehearsal went into it. But what are we trying to accomplish here, guys? I would ask. 50-50 booking? Because that's what you're doing. Bobby won that match at Mania, I believe. Omas just beat Bobby last night. What are you gonna do? Are we gonna see a third time inside Hell in a Cell, probably, knowing Vince? Are we gonna get this another fucking time so that somebody can literally lose twice in 3 months to the same fucking guy? 50-50 booking accomplishes nothing. Especially with dudes like this. Who benefits from this, guys? Who benefits? Not only was the match not good, the booking was not good. What it does for these boys going forward is not good. Man, I love Bobby Lashley. That's my dude, and I feel bad for him. So I want to throw him a bone and give him a bad. But everything about this screams ugly. So I gotta take it to the chat. I gotta take this to the chat, man. Chat, I'm putting up I'm gonna try to anyway, put up a poll here. If it lets me. It might not let me. Man, I wanted to take this to the chat so fucking bad. Man, I wanted to take... Hold on, let me try again, man. All right, guys, I'm putting up a poll right now, man. That should hit your box in the next 10 seconds. I'm struggling if Bobby Lashley and Omos should go into the bad or the ugly. I respect Bobby Lashley. I just think everything that happened is just, I don't know, man. I'm going to ask my unit here. I need at least 100 people to make sure that I need 100 people at least to vote. I'm going to give this a minute, let you guys vote. Oh, we already got 100 votes, man. 90% is currently saying ugly. 10% saying no, it should go into the bad. All right, let me spend another minute on this, man, because it looks like a lot of you guys are currently voting, man. So let me take this to about 150, maybe. So we have a few more people even volunteering to put their thought into this. So we can do this as accurate. This is what I mean, man. The unit is going to decide together. Over 150 now. We're going toward 200 votes. 86% say yes. Lashley and Omas should go into the ugly. All right, you know what, guys? I don't think even if we go toward 200, I mean, which we are, we're at 170 votes. 169 votes, man, and we're at 86%. It looks like we have to put this one category, dude. And I kind of had a feeling we were going to have to do this. But Lashley and Omas, the rematch from Mania, in the 50-50 booking, and the lack of care in the booking going into it, goes into the ugly column. That hurts, man. That sucks because every ugly gets crossed off into two bads when we're done with the review and we find out if this was bad or good. That means there's 4 bads right now, guys. 2 matches into this thing. If you're just joining us, one ugly was for the card itself. The lack of care, the lack of interest and excitement that was built for this pay-per-view. No matter how good the event actually was, which we're going over now, the booking of it all matters. And it was ugly to the highest measures. So that got an ugly. And then the second match of the night, which was the second consecutive rematch of the night from WrestleMania, Omos and Lashley just got another ugly as well. Those cross off into bads. That's going to be 4-1, meaning match number 3 has its work cut out for it. Man. All right, guys, I'm going to shut that down. 180 now, 200 votes nearly, dude. 87% saying yes. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you for everybody. I might need you guys again if I come into a conundrum. But thank you guys so much. Again, the final results, nearly 200 votes were calculated. 86% said it should be in the ugly column. So yeah, there we are, man. Now, match number 3. Again, we got to kind of dig out of a fucking hole at this point, guys. Match number 3 is Edge versus AJ Styles. This is the 3rd consecutive match in a row from the start of the show. The 3rd consecutive match that is a WrestleMania rematch. I'm not even kidding. 5 weeks ago at Mania, these two, Edge and AJ Styles, wrestled a 24-minute match at Mania. 24 minutes. That was a very slow-paced matchup with a very unique finish. Edge hitting Styles with a spear mid-air during a phenomenal forearm attempt. And Edge just fucking got him. That's when Damian Priest kind of appeared. In post-match, you saw that was forming the allegiance of Damian Priest with Edge in what would become known as Judgment Day. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to kind of top WrestleMania, you would think, right? Top to bottom. Because that was a 24-minute match. Damian Priest and Edge formed, so there was something a little special there. That was the night where Edge had that awesome entrance coming up on that throne above all the fire. So it's going to be hard to top that. This match was 15 minutes. A 15-minute match with a much faster pace. So think about that. Mania was 24 minutes. This one was 15. So they cut nearly 10 minutes off. But Mania was slow-paced. This was fast-paced. So it kind of meets in the middle. Almost the same exact thing. But I feel the sequences were much better in this match to keep their audience engaged. So this match I felt was actually a little better. Just like at Mania, another new member would join Edge. So this just happened at Mania with Damian Priest. Here we are at the next premium event, and Rhea Ripley appears in a hoodie. Now, if you know Rhea Ripley, the way she walks, her stance, her shoulder shrug, all of it, you knew that was Rhea Ripley. Also, if you're kind of a smart fan, you kind of knew Rhea Ripley was joining anyway. But even if you're not a smart fan, you would know that that's Rhea Ripley. But still, the unveiling when she put that hoodie off, man, and the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island, they saw Rhea Ripley. That was a good pop, man. This is going to work wonders for her because nobody gave a fuck about Rhea Ripley before, dude. Anytime you saw Rhea Ripley, you were just amazed that Hot Topic closed early and she got to go to Monday Night Raw. Now, this might do something for her. And I'm not even a big fan of factions. But she shows up and she chucks AJ Styles off of the ropes. Just chucks this and catapults that son of a bitch. And Edge makes him pass out via submission. There was a moment where I thought AJ Styles might get out of it, and then Edge yanked back his head and the whole neck snapped back. And I started yelling out, man, "Ed, ref, what are you doing? He's done. You ain't getting out of that." I was literally screaming to the big screen. That's how much I did enjoy the finish. He's pulling back on Styles, and I'm like, dude, he ain't getting out of that shit. Not realistically. That's as realistic. If he gets out of that, that's as realistic as Omas getting fruit roll-upped. It's not realistic. So Edge makes Styles pass out. Now, you're saying the same thing with Rollins, man. You hate to see somebody like Styles and somebody like Rollins lose consecutive pay-per-views or premium events. I hear you. That's why I don't like booking these type of matches and then having a rematch where you know they can't lose. But if you got another member coming into Edge's stable, and this stable for Edge is still so new, Edge cannot lose this match. He cannot. That's not even in the category of discussionable. So Edge had to win this son of a bitch. I thought this was well done from top to bottom. And again, this is hard to do with a rematch because we've seen everything just weeks ago. But I thought this was very well done. I'm going to give this a good, for sure. In 1 second. The problem here is... Oh, no. Oh, no. Where's my 2? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, you know what? All right, well, this is a... Hey, can I make an S look like a 2? Can I make an S look like a 2, you guys think? I lost my 2, but I have an S. But this has to go into the good, man. We're going to see if we can make an S a 2, man. I can't put 2 singles because everybody thinks that's a fucking 11 usually. There you go. Okay, that did not work at all. Okay, that didn't fucking work at all. But you know what? That's a 2 in the good. I don't give a fuck. This isn't a multi-million-dollar production, folks. You're on fucking YouTube. Take the shit and love it. This is better than the fucking Monday Night Raws. So Edge and Styles goes into the good column. Right there, man. That's deuce. So now you have 2 in the ugly column and 2 in the good column. 2 good, 0 bad, 2 ugly. Hey, actually, that kind of looks like a 2 now. Good job, BC. I fucking rock. Master of all trades. That's right. See what I did there? I hit it a little bit with the mic too. So anybody coming in, they don't even question it. Just looks like a fucking two. I'm fucking, the coffee's kicking in, baby. The coffee's kicking in. By the way, this is a good moment, right? 2 in the good, 2 in the ugly, 0 in the bad as we go into match number 4. This is a good time to remind everybody to smash the fucking up. Don't be a bitch boy Braden, even if you're on the big screen and you don't have the option. Go on your phone real quick. Go on your phone, click on the video, and just smash the fucking up. Ain't gonna fucking hurt you. Doesn't cost you anything. It's fucking that simple. Let's catapult to 300. And if you're not subscribed, just fucking do it. Just subscribe. If you don't want to, that's fine. But I don't see why you would watch every video and just not subscribe. Just fucking click it. Help the channel out. Fucking A. It's not like pulling fucking teeth here, man. Just fucking contribute. You don't need to send fucking soup. You see the supers are being sent? The people sending BC a coffee? Those are my tried and trues. Those are my VIPs. That's La Familia. That's the click. But you don't have to be that. All you got to do to be in the AMP unit to the fullest measures is smash the motherfucking up. Come on, man. Now, match number 4. Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Now, this was an I Quit match for the Smackdown Women's Championship. This is the 4th match in a row. I want you to think about this, man. This was the 4th match in a row that is a rematch from WrestleMania. 4th in a row. Now, if you're doing the math, there's only been 4 matches. This is the 4th, Charlotte and Ronda. And this is it. This is what I mean about just every match being a rematch, man. I don't see how anybody missed. In fact, you want to... Every match so far has been a Mania rematch. You want to know what was funny during this? Michael Cole actually says this. Up next, Ronda and Charlotte, a rematch from WrestleMania. Michael Cole actually says up next a rematch from WrestleMania, as if the entire card has not been rematches from WrestleMania. No shit, Sherlock. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. This is what I mean about lack of care in the booking. But anyway, that's the fucking booking. Charlotte's robe. I have to discuss this before I get to the match. Charlotte's robe, I'm convinced, was alive. Did you guys see her robe last night? That thing was fucking alive. It looked like she, on her way to the arena, ran over a flock of peacocks and then glued their fucking carcasses into the robe. Like that thing was coming off of every angle. It's like it was fucking alive. It looks like she put a bunch of peacock carcasses together. It was a flock of cocks that Charlotte was wearing last night. I had to talk about that robe, bro. Where the fuck do these people... when you create this shit, is that really what's on paper? A flock of cocks? Match time clocked in at 16 minutes. 16 minutes, man. These two women beat the shit out of one another, bro. Beat the shit out of one another. Kendo stick wars on the staging area. Staircase kendo stick wars on the staging area. Battle in the stands on the staircase. I mean, this was pretty fucking... They went for it. And I'm so proud of Ronda. Because Ronda didn't let Charlie just beat her around like she did at WrestleMania and embarrass Ronda. You can't do that shit, man. You can't do that shit. You know, you have to take Charlotte for what she is. You know what she's going to do with you. The second she takes off her flock of cocks and she puts that robe aside, you got to start wailing away on this bitch. This biatch. And that's what they did, man. They beat the hell out of each other. There was one moment where Ronda Rousey was bent over the staircase fucking railing, kind of like Sasha Banks and Charlotte years ago. Do you guys remember that? Sasha Banks had Charlotte like that. I think she even won the match like that in the title. I think that's one of the ways that Sasha actually won her title. But they redid that whole situation with Ronda now bent back over the railing in the crowd. So that was pretty that was pretty good. I like that. And then they went back to the ringside and just beat the hell out of each other some more. So I love the energy and the physicality. Sloppy as fuck most of the time. Yup. It's Ronda and Charlotte. There's no way around it. But I love the energy and physicality. Ronda Rousey ends up tapping out Charlie via the armbar while Charlie's arm is threaded through a steel chair. At first, Charlie says, "No, I don't quit," to which Ronda responds, "I was hope you'd say that, bitch." And then bends Charlie's arm backwards, and Charlie quickly changes her mind. "I quit. I quit." And SmackDown Women's Champion, Ronda motherfucking Rousey. It's about fucking time. I can't put my finger on it, and I don't know if you guys feel the same, and it's okay if you don't, because Ronda Rousey is a special, unique type of character. But for the longest time, she just felt like just another wrestler on the roster. This is Ronda fucking Rousey. You'd have to really fuck up heavily to fuck her booking up and make her less prestigious than what she should be. You'd have to really fuck up in her booking. Vince found a way to do that. Ronda Rousey was starting to feel so simplistically bad and average and below average at times. You beat the shit out of Charlie like she did last night. You finally become the fucking strap holder. You hold up that title. And now we can say it's about fucking time. Now you have her booked correctly with the fucking title. And who do you guys want on SmackDown to beat her for that? Is it going to be Bayley somehow? You got to make it realistic, and I'm okay with that. It's got to be months away. It cannot be anytime soon. Ronda, I think, has to carry that shit straight to fucking Mania. For any of you that don't like long-term title reigns, tough shit. If you want to make a title look prestigious and a champion and all that good shit and the title itself look prestigious, you got to book it long-term. You can't have the attention span of a fucking tortellini. So who beats her? Sasha, I would fucking love that, man. Good luck with Vince McMahon giving Sasha that match. Bayley's coming back. We don't have confirmation on the brand yet. Vince McMahon's been flipping back and forth. It's supposed to be SmackDown. The draft had her over at Raw. Then they switched it. Then we heard it switched again 2 weeks ago. Nobody knows where the fuck Bayley's going. Baszler would be fun. There's just one problem. They botched Baszler fucking the whole 2 years she's been there on that main roster plus. You got to start booking Baszler like a badass right now, and hopefully in 2 years we believe it. That's what I say about every week, every show, every match, everything that you book somebody in, it matters because people like us, we're going to remember that shit. That's why we can't heavily get behind Rico shit right now. For 2 years, they booked Ricochet like a fucking Rico shit. So now, even with a title, Ricochet is Rico shit. In fact, they don't even give Rico shit a Mania match, and he's your fucking IC champion. Rico shit doesn't even get a Backlash match. But we're supposed to look at him as prestigious? Yeah, watch it be, man. I'm not even joking. You guys are right. Watch it be Lacey fucking Evans because she's G.I. Joe right now, or G.I. Jane. Where they have the audience, they're telling the audience to stand up and show respect to a Marine. I come from a family of Marines. My own brothers, 2 actual brothers and a third that's my older brother's best friend who's literally family. So basically 3 brothers of mine are Marines. I take the trip to South Carolina's Paris Island all the fucking time. I have utmost respect. A family of Marines I come from, and I'm telling you right now, do not fucking force me to stand up for that garbage. 5 weeks of telling me about your hard upbringing, the sympathy card for over a month, and then you're going to tell everyone to rise to your feet for a real American hero. Like she's fucking Hulk Hogan coming out there to tell us to take our fucking vitamins, drink our milk, and hit the gym for some big biceps, brother. But it probably will be Lacey Evans, and Ronda Rousey will go right back into shittery. That's obscurity at the shittiest of levels. Shittery. But for now, because this is what we're saying, right? It's better than WrestleMania. Well, that was obvious. This was a 10 times better than Mania. They actually beat the fuck out of one another. Ronda Rousey showed way more confidence and didn't just let Charlotte Flair beat the shit out of her. Ronda took the beating to her. And at the end of the day, Ronda is finally the title holder. This is somebody who was beating real people up in a real way in UFC. And in WWE, she can't even sniff a fucking title. She had it once. That was fucking mediocre at best as well. WrestleMania, she's not walking away with it in a fucking horrible match. We have to wait another month just to get what should have already been. Ronda Rousey is realistic. Ronda Rousey should not be in 20-minute matches, even 15. Ronda Rousey should be fucking motherfuckers up. If Vince was doing his job correctly, there'd be several females ready to have big pay-per-view matches with Ronda. But Vince doesn't do his job correctly. So now everybody's kind of concerned. Uh-oh, BC, what do you do? Do you have Ronda just run through the whole roster again? We can't have that, BC. Well, that's not our problem. That's Vince's fucking problem. And he doesn't want to deal with it. So I understand why a lot of you might not want to see Ronda with a title, but what the fuck is the alternative? Charlie with it for another month, 2, 3, 4, 5? Because he's not giving it to somebody deserving like Sasha Banks. He's not going to do it. Vince will not do it. So for what I saw last night, I have to be the fucking fairest I can possibly be on this, man. This was good. Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey. That goes into the good column. I love the effort, the physicality. The right person won, finally gets the fucking title. So let me set this up where we stand right now as we are about to go into match number 5. We currently have 3 in the good, 2 in the ugly column. Now, I have to remind you again, because a lot of people come in and out of these streams. I get it, right? We start these early in the morning. We go a couple of hours. So let me remind you, every ugly is going to turn into 2 bads when we do the final tally at the end of this review. That means that currently it's actually 4-3 bad to good. Both uglies will be crossed off 2 bads apiece. That's 4 bads. So technically, this pay-per-view is in the bad right now. Match number 5 is going to have to get it to a tie, and then match 6 can hopefully produce the results. Can match number 5 tally up a good? Wait till you hear what match number 5 was. I'm not going to make you wait either, man. I was going to fire up a fresh hot coffee. We'll do that for the supers probably, man. I just want to go into match 5 right now for you, dude. Madcap Moss versus Baron Corbin. I wouldn't even want to see this match on Raw or SmackDown, let alone a live event. I would not want to watch this match. There's literally no reason to watch this. There's no fucking care. No effort was put into the fucking booking, so there's no reason we'd have to see the fucking booking. Hold on, let me switch up my lighting here, guys. There you go. A little bit better for BC, man. A little too bright for BC. Thank you. So I would not want to see this anywhere, let alone a premium event that people are actually paying money for, that we're staying up on a fucking Sunday night, prime time, to watch Baron Corbin and Madcap. So no creativity or good booking went into this thing the last 5 weeks. So now we're just hoping that it's a good fucking match. The crowd was legit asleep. Asleep. Like tucked into their bed in their Snuggies, asleep. Asleep! Snuggies! They brought Snuggies! You saw Z's coming out of their fucking dome pieces. Except for one guy. There was a really big guy in the Dunkin' Donuts Center there. He was up in section like 212, 213 maybe it was. This big dude, he was right on camera. He was pounding down popcorn. Most of it was falling down onto his stomach. He didn't give a shit. He was having the time of his life. He didn't give a fuck what match was on. Probably didn't even know where the fuck he was. He just knew that they sold popcorn and he was there for it. This dude was just stuffing his face. All of it's coming down. He's like, ah, Lashley is awesome. Aside from that guy, everybody else was sleeping during Moss and Corbin. And are you telling me that anybody's shocked? BC could have told you this. I did tell you this for 5 fucking weeks. If you want to put that match onto a pay-per-view, a premium event, that's the fucking result you're going to get from your crowd. The match was 10 minutes, which was clearly 10 minutes too long. The finish, Madcap pins Corbin via a sunset flip fruit roll-up. A sunset flip fruit roll-up ends a match between Moss and Corbin. Tell me you don't give a fuck about a match without actually telling me you don't give a fuck about the match, Vince. Things got real fucking fruity at the end of that fucking match. If fruit was allowed at the concession or sold at the concession stand, everybody would take their oranges, their kiwi limes, their watermelons, their apples, their pears, the pineapples, they would chuck them into the ring and protest for no more fruit roll-ups. Sunset flip roll-up. Really, bro? That's the most creative you came up with? I'd sneak in a whole bag of fucking fruit from Trader Joe's and just chuck the whole bag into the fucking ring afterwards. Yeah, unit knows, man. Chuck your fucking fruit into the ring. Chuck your fruit and protest. These fruity bastards. Throw it in there with fucking Charlotte Flair's robe. The fucking flock of cocks robe. DeMonte, don't throw cheeseburgers in there, man. The big dude in Section 12 wants that shit. They had to cut him off, I heard last night, at the concession stand. He was going up there fucking more than double-fisting burgers, dude. He was bringing back family packs of 10. Look at all the fucking fruit being thrown into the ring by my amp unit. Not happy. My unit was not happy. Yo, I'm hitting you guys with a little bit of a poll. In about 10 seconds, your chat is going to be hit with a poll. Please answer that. I need at least 100 people to tell me where Corbin and Madcap is going to go into. I currently have 50 votes. I need at least 100 to tell me where Corbin and Madcap. It's not going into the good, just so you know. Your only option is going to be bad and ugly. So what I'm asking you guys is, should Corbin and Madcap go directly into the fucking ugly column? I have over 190+% of you guys are saying yes. I want to let people speak here, man. Let's go a little closer to 150. I don't know if this is going to change in 24 votes, but I'll see. $135, still at over 90% of you guys are saying right into the fucking ugly column. No fucking mercy, Cobra Kai. My amp unit is speaking loud. And there we are, 150 votes locked over nearly 95%. Said right into the ugly. So that shows you it's not just the meanie YouTuber BC. Over 150 votes. We're going toward 200 votes, and we're over 90%, nearly 95%, guys. Clearly, that is going into the ugly column. I better have another throw. Of course, I don't have another throw. Now you're getting 111, it's going to look like uglies. If people are just tuning in, they're going to think I put 111 uglies. Damn, BC really hates WWE. That is 3 uglies now, guys. Get in there. Get in the hole. Damn it, it's like middle school all over again. Get in the hole. Oh, I got it. That's what she said. All right, there you go. That's 3 in the fucking ugly column. Not 111, although I probably could with the booking alone. All right, I'm telling you, man, people are going to just tune into this and think there's 111 fucking uglies in here, dude. Thank you, guys. I'm going to end the poll right now. What did we end up with? Over 90%, 93% said yes. That should go into the ugly. Now, if people are just tuning into this review and you didn't hear my whole cold open, you're like, what is this dude thinking, man? The pay-per-view was good last night. Good wrestling. Better than WrestleMania Night 2 even. How has this got 3 uglies already? Well, go back to the cold open. I'm not letting them off the hook with the booking of this, the non-care, the nothing makes sense. There's no reason for the fucking match. You're putting all the pressure on the performers to go out there and do the fucking job that Vince McMahon should set them up with in a much brighter light and better way. Could you imagine if we went into this card giving a fuck? The fact that so many people didn't even watch this event, didn't even know there was a pay-per-view because Vince McMahon made them run away from this shit weeks ago, probably months and years ago, that's sad. So yeah, I'm going to be the only reviewer that's going to take that into consideration when I do a review. I'm not just going to say, hey, 5 weeks of shitty booking, just like the last 5 months, last 5 years, last 10 years. But hey, come the night of the pay-per-view, Vince will give us a good show and we'll forget all about it. We'll talk about how great the show was and we'll forget about the terrible booking. And then starting tonight, we'll repeat the process for Hell in a Cell and so on. Fuck that, fuck you, Vince. I'm the one dude. Vince McMahon, listen closely. I'm the one dude in this entire fucking industry that is not going to let you pull those fucking shenanigans anymore and give you mulligans. I'm not going to let you off the hook. You are producing shit product television every week, every show, because you no longer focus on the shows. You don't give a fuck. You don't put in the time, the energy, or the care. And we, the fans, and your wrestlers suffer because of it. So yeah, I'm going to call that shit out. Thank you, guys. Pile driver, no, thank you, dude. Thank you for accepting my honesty and amplification, because a lot of people can't do it. No, BC, I liked it, man. You're being mean. Doesn't matter if I'm being mean. I'm sick of the same fucking formula. Week after week, show after show of shitty fucking television. Nothing matters. Nothing makes sense. Nothing is interesting. Nothing is entertaining. We get to a pay-per-view, and the wrestlers have to battle out of a fucking hole, and they do because they're great at what they do. And then the next morning, we all talk about how great it was. No. Start making us care from the beginning of the build of the pay-per-view. So by the time we get to the pay-per-view, going into it, we're excited. We're passionately waiting for every fucking match. It's not that hard, actually. So fucking change it, Vince. 3 in the ugly, 3 in the good. And I do not apologize for any of that shit. So basically, we're going into the main event match 6. Can this even be saved? Because you guys know the only way to save it to get more than one good is a great. WWE has not done enough great things the last 10 years, so I don't have a great column. It's only good, bad, ugly, because they do more ugly than great. But if this 6-man tag can pull out a great, then they can pull 2 goods. The problem is, every ugly turns into 2 bads at the end of this. So with 3 uglies, that's 6 fucking bads. Even with a great in the main event, you're going to be at 6-5. So the main event is somehow going to have to pull out 2 greats, 4 goods. Is that even possible? Well, if the main event is good enough, booking-wise, if it's a main event we cared about for 5 weeks, a big title is on the line, something big we're interested in, so let's see what the main event was, unit. Let's see if this is going to pull a couple of greats. What the fuck? Is this a joke? Sasha, is this a fucking joke? The main event is a 6-man schmoz? A 6-man schmoz with literally nothing on the line and literally no reasoning for it? Are you telling me the Usos and RKBro's match for the unificated titles, that got canceled? To add 2 more people into it, make it a fucking clusterfuck schmoz match, and nothing is on the line. There's no reason to have a 6-man. Is that what you're fucking telling me? Yeah. I can already see where the fuck this is going, bro. This was Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and RK-Bro. 21-minute match. Utter chaos. Crowd loved it. BC couldn't stand it. Crowd loved it in attendance, right? They were fucking getting their fucking, everything was getting hard. Nipples, dicks, you name it. Everybody was fucking orgasm together. A stream of fucking cum going down the fucking staircases. Everybody jizzing from this fucking match. I couldn't give 2 fucks about it. Lots of action. It was a tornado tag match. But it wasn't a tornado tag. Not supposed to be. Did they make it a tornado tag and I wasn't aware of it? Either way, it became a tornado tag and the referee had no fucking control of it. And everybody did their moves and their sequences. And this is my favorite tag team in the world. The Usos, right there with, I always say this, the Briscoe brothers. The Usos are right there for my favorite tag team. So for me to be this brutally honest, it sucks. Randy Orton needs to get away from Matt Riddle. I'm sick of Randy Orton being this fucking nonsensical. And you got the fucking demented fucking sheep and seals. They just go to the live events and they clap and they do all the chants. This is awesome. Fight forever. Holy shit. Holy shit. There was 4 fucking times during Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair where I heard, we want tables. 4 different times. They're beating the fuck out of each other. Just watch it. Shut the fuck up with your tables. I'd love to take a table and shove it up each one of your fucking asses. What is it about the table that gets your dick hard? What is it? It's a fucking table. You powerbomb them, you send them through it. It cracks very easily and they just fall through it. A kendo stick shot is more devastating than a table. A wrestling fan has an obsession with tables. We want tables! We want tables! 5 minutes later, we want tables! 2 minutes later, we want tables! This morning, these kids are probably at the fucking breakfast table. Mom, Dad, I want tables! You're sitting at one, Johnny. Well, can I send you through one? Fuck your tables! What is your obsession with tables? They're stupid. You lay somebody on it and you go through it. Oh my God, did you guys see what just happened? That's my 4,614th table spot that I've seen personally. My goodness, Rhode Island was obsessed with tables in that match. Anyway, everybody just shows up and they give their little chants, man. Right? Everybody's hitting their sequences. Roman Reigns is fucking one of the best heels in the fucking business today. If he doesn't go around to live events doing the face promo at the end, sending everyone home happy, if he cuts that shit, he'll be looked at as one of the best heels the last 10, 15 years in this business. Maybe ever in a lot of people's eyes. But he's got to stop. After playing the heel in the main event at these live events, he plays the heel. And then 2 minutes later, he gets on the mic and he acts like he's the face. And he sends everyone home happy and says, thank you for coming out. I respect you. Thanks for showing me love. I'm like, aren't you supposed to be the fucking heel, dude? But Roman's fucking on fire right now. The Usos are one of the best tag teams in the world. Randy Orton's one of the best wrestlers in the world. I wish he was looked at as such and not just a fucking scooter-riding dipshit. But this match did nothing for me. 21 minutes! Crowd is jizzing all over the place, man. They got their fucking package out in their hand like it's a fire hose. Wow! That's amazing! Popcorn guy is fucking getting everything in the eye. Damn it! Chucky, direct that shit elsewhere. It's all getting in his popcorn. He's like, wow, different butter. I couldn't believe the crowd just fucking jizzing on this match. And hey, I know, Beastly, they paid their money, man. Who are you to say what they could cheer for? You don't know what's going on in their life, Beastly. That's great. Have the time of your fucking life. The problem is when we see that reaction at home and then people tune on this fucking video and they go, well, Beastly, you're the only one that didn't like it, man, because the crowd was jacked for it. And I thought it was really good. That's fine. If you liked it, I'm not going to tell you not to like it, bro. On this channel, you're going to learn. If you're a new subscriber, first of all, welcome to the chaos that is the BC Amp channel. This is unlike any other channel you're going to find in the community, but welcome. We'd love to have you in a unit. If you're a bitch boy Braden and you can't handle the truth, get the fuck out now or you're going to get booted in the long run. But we'd love to have you if you're a badass son of a bitch that can handle truth. You're going to find out quick, man. We don't do the Shmoz matches unless you give us a reason to care about them. So you have to give us that reason to care about it. This was thrown together just 2 weeks ago. It was supposed to be a tag team unification match. They canceled it. They added Drew. They added Roman. We had 2 weeks or a couple of shows of them beating each other up, all 6 dudes. And then all of a sudden, there's your main event. What do you mean you don't care about this? No titles, nothing on the line, no actual feud, to be honest with you. But it's a 6-man. Just enjoy the action. Guys, if this was at a live event, maybe I can eat some popcorn with Popcorn Guy in section 212 and just be like, oh, wow, this is awesome. It's a fucking premium event. What the fuck does this have to do with anything, this 6-man schmoz? So no, if you thought that I was just gonna fucking jizz on this match like everybody else, I'm not. I don't like 6-man schmoz. When AEW comes up with the trios title, I don't know if I can review the shit anymore. I don't. Or maybe I'm just gonna have to skip everything trios. You guys tell me, do you want me to still continue to do the show and just skip the trio? Because I want to help AEW out. I want to still do the reviews. But if you think I'm doing trios titles, fuck that shit. Multiple 6-man schmozes every fucking night. I can't do it. That's not proper fucking selling. It's a spot fest. It's one sequence after another where everybody has to catch one another, set up for each other's next spot and move. It's a train wreck, bro. Oh, we did. I didn't even see that, man. Thank you. Over 300 on the ups as we now go toward 400 live. That's before we even go up on the channel afterwards and the algorithm kicks in. So you guys are smashing out. Let's hit 400 now. Because we just badass. It's what we do. So anyway, this was a 21-minute match. Utter chaos. Crowd loved it. BC couldn't stand it. BC is going to do this the most fair way possible. Match booking would get an ugly. The booking of this match clearly gets a fucking ugly, right? This is aside from the schmozzery. This is aside from the event as a whole that got an ugly earlier. Just as a whole, the event was fucking a trash, garbage circus fest. But the main event, this is it? The booking alone of it? How it did nothing for anybody? That itself gets an ugly. Yeah, if you're a newer subscriber or just thinking about subscribing, you just found out I'm a very harsh critic. But I'm passionate. I love pro wrestling. I just want it to be the best possible version of itself imaginable. And if it's not living up to its expectations, then BC's not going to lower my bar to meet it at mediocrity level. So, that's now 4 uglies, the match alone. Now let's go to the action. Let's go to the action, right? BC's going to put his opinion to the side. I'm going to put the way that I feel about certain things in an honest critiquing level, but I'm going to put that aside because it looked like a lot of people liked the match. So, unit, should I do this in a poll? I'm going to do this in a poll. I'm going to ask a question. I need at least 100 of you guys to answer this. Let me ask this, man. I'm going to ask this. I need 100 of you guys to participate. The concept of the match, the booking of the match, does it make sense? All of those questions. My answer is concluded that no. It sucks. So that gets an ugly. That's 4. Now, the action, the match itself, did it have you on the edge of your seat? Did you care about it throughout? You guys answer however you want. This is why I'm giving it to you guys, because I'm going to take it to the unit. My question is this. Should the action in the 6-man main event get a good? It's going to pop up in your chat in about 10 seconds. The action alone, not the booking and everything, that already got an ugly. I don't need anybody to help me out with that. But it looked like a lot of people liked the match. I didn't, but a lot of people did. So I'm going to take it to you guys. The action, should that get its own separate good? This one's a lot closer, I've noticed, than the polls previous that we've taken earlier in this live stream. I need at least 100. We're about to clinch that. We have just clinched 100. 43% say yes. The action should go into the good. 57 say no. So I'm going to need a few more votes. I want this to go to closer to 150 before I make a final decision. This one's a little bit closer. And by the way, I respect every one of you that have a different opinion, man. I'm not shitting on anybody that thought the action sucked or was good. If you liked it, I totally understand. It's not my cup of coffee. It's not what I like in my wrestling, 6-man schmozes. The ugly went in there for just the booking of it. And nobody gave a fuck going into it. And I couldn't even give a fuck during it. But guys, if you feel a way, put your shit out there, man. Nobody's going to fucking rip you if you like the action in the main event. Thank you, guys. We're now going toward 150. 45 say yes, 55 no. I need 10 more votes, man. Come on. I want at least one. I want to go toward 200 votes to make sure that I'm doing this the most accurate way possible. Come on. Anybody that didn't vote, vote. All right, we just went over 150. We're still over 50% says no. That was close. Man, that was close. So, guys, much respect to everybody that liked the action. Much respect to all that shit, man. A lot of people are kind of more toward the way that BC felt. It's just too much schmozery. Too much bullshittery. Too many sequence and non-selling. It just didn't make sense, and we could never really get behind it. I hope you guys understand where we're coming from. We just could never really get into the match the way we would have liked to. If more was on the line, if there was a reason for the match, if going into it was more fun. I think you guys have to understand, for us fans, it's a total package. And we're not just showing up to a live event to get some good action. Everything has to make sense, man. So I hope, as I respect everybody that put yes, I hope you guys respect everybody that put no. This is going to go into the bad column. The unit has spoken, guys. That was the most fair way possible that we could have done this. Roman defeats that little annoying scooter kid. I think his name is Matt Riddle. He defeats him with a spear. I loved it. Just fucking spear this guy. Hopefully one day soon we can get Randy Orton turning on him and I can get that fucking legend killer Viper Randy Orton back, man. The guy that should be a heel, fucking shit up, a main event player, going for titles in the future. I want that Randy Orton. And Roman Reigns just looked fucking diesel. And if you're setting up Cody and Roman, bro, Cody was talking that shit. Cody was talking that shit when he beat Rollins last night. He wants that title. He wants that title. That's his title. And I want him to bring back that fucking winged championship. Remember the old school heavyweight winged eagle title? It's an old school WWE title, man. WWF. I want him to bring that back. So Cody Rhodes was talking shit, and Roman Reigns at the end of this premium event, when he went up the ramp, he was talking a lot of shit to the camera, to us. He was talking a lot of shit to Rhode Island, the Dunkin' Donuts Center. He was talking shit like, this is mine. It's all mine. It's my business. We run the business. Not just WWE. He said, we run the business. The way they're booking Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns right now, they're on a collision course. So, I like that. Is that enough to get its own separate good? Absolutely not. So, when it's all said and done, folks, an hour and a half later, here we are with the board. Let's see where we're at. 3 in the good column. 1 in the bad column. 4 in the ugly column. Every ugly gets crossed off into 2 bads, guys. Every ugly. That means that's 8 bads. Every ugly. So if it's 4 uglies, that's 8 bads. 8 plus 1 is 9 in the bad column. Compared to 3 goods. And I believe the 3 goods was Ronda and Charlie, Seth and Cody, and AJ and Edge, I want to say, was the 3rd good. Everything else, if you're talking about the booking, the lack of excitement, the lack of care, what it does for everybody, wow. I bet you never thought that this was coming. 9-3, an overwhelmingly bad premium event. And that's what's going to happen when nobody gives a shit going into it. I get it. We're not living underneath a rock. We get that it was some good action last night, some good matches. The show as a whole didn't seem that bad. It's like going to a live event, getting your rocks off for 2.5 hours and going back home. That's an event that nobody needed to see. Nobody's ever going to go back and watch that a second time, more than likely. The care made people tune away from the event. So many people didn't even know there was a special premium event on last night. This morning, people were saying, I forgot there was a fucking event last night. That's what happens when you didn't build correctly. So when I'm reviewing a show, it's everything. Now, I know you guys are going to think I'm the harshest critic in the community, and that's fine. I possibly am. I believe I am. But I really hope that as you leave the channel right now, and I'm going to stay on a little extra longer for supers and VIPs and shoot the shit with you guys a little bit. But as you take off for the day, the week, whatever, just know that I do this shit out of passion. Because I love this shit. None of this is just for entertainment value. So we can laugh. So I can get some likes. No. It's literally because I'm trying to fucking help, man. You know that this process is so tiring. It's exhausting. Week after week, show after show, to have shittiness on our television. No storylines, no characters we care about. The pay-per-view, on paper, looks like a 4-year-old put that shit in crayon, rematch after rematch after rematch with no fucking reasoning. And then we go to the pay-per-view. And we all hope that it's decent. What happened to every show every week being a cliffhanger and shit we care about? So that when the pay-per-view comes around, we're excited about it. It's not that much to ask, guys. I'm just the only one in the community to speak out this passionately about it. You could not like me for it, that's fine. But just remember, I'm the most honest motherfucker. I actually do care about this shit in the future of wrestling as a whole. I wish everyone else did as much as me. And that's why you have this board. Because I'm not going to give Vince a mulligan just because at the last hour, the culminating event ended up being good or decent or better than WrestleMania Night 2. I don't give a fuck. Thank you, JR9. JR9, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for being able to take that honesty. Because we're in a day and age where a lot of people don't want to. They just want to hear how everything was good. Everything was cookie cutter. Hey, BC, can you give me some cookie cutter sugarcoat everything? Just put some sugar on everything. We don't sugarcoat on this channel, bro. I'm not happy with the stale redundancy. I'll stop at that, man. I'll stop. Can you tell I'm not happy with the whole way that this card was formed? Did you think that I was going to go live with the good, the bad, and the ugly and we weren't going to fucking roast the booking of this entire card? Nah, you guys knew, bro. Guys, that's it for now, dude. I'm going to stay on a little bit longer. There were some supers from my VIPs, my La Familia, my people, my clique, the amplified unit, I call them. And I want to spend some time giving them some shout-outs. But for anybody that was here just for the review, the good, the bad, and the ugly, dude, we had hundreds in here live. When this thing goes up on the channel afterwards, it's going to kick in the algorithm. And I know thousands of people are going to find this, man. So they're going to see afterwards what we did live. And it looks like we had a lot of fun, bro. We're about to hit 350 on the ups live. Still trucking to 400. So I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. And until next time, if this was your first time viewing and you think I'm a little too fucking nuts, hopefully you come back, man. If not, I totally understand. I'm a different dose of truth. And for you guys that are fucking tried and trues, man, we'll do this again soon. Check you later, everybody. Peace. Again, I'm sticking around for a little bit, but for everybody that's tuning out, dude, because you were just here for the review, I want to say a proper check you later to everybody. Make sure you hey, there's a chance I might be back later tonight for hour 1 of Raw, by the way, a chance. But either way, we'll have the review of Monday Night Raw within the next 24 hours, so stay subscribed and notified. Check you later, everybody. All right, guys, we're going to give everybody a second to file out. I'm going to make a new coffee, and whoever wants to stick around and shoot the shit, we'll go over some supers. Sound good? So just give me a couple minutes. I'm going to start a new coffee. What should I do here? We'll do a French vanilla. French vanilla. A Dunkin' Donuts for the Dunkin' Donuts Center. All right, guys. All right, so you guys are sticking around with BC, man. Hey, still a few hundred of you guys, man. This is for the supers. I appreciate that. Now I have to get to the supers. Hold on. That's usually a different issue in itself. Hold on. Where are we here? Oh, shit, there was a lot of you guys. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Trev Reigns, the Tribal God. 10 Spot says, I was in attendance at the event last night, and I felt bored and tired. I didn't even chant anything in my seat. Oh, and I got called out for being unhappy and for not chanting anything. Fuck them! What did they expect? It's probably a plant by Vince McMahon, Trev Reigns. If they honestly got upset because you didn't chant last night, Vince probably sent plants out there so they could get the chants going. This is awesome! Fight forever! And because you weren't doing what Vince wanted, they probably got upset with you, Trev. Fuck them. Fuck Vince McMahon, dude. We're going to call out the honesty. I can't blame you for not being excited about that card. The matches were at least fucking... They started at decent. But with lack of care, you're not going to go out of your way to tell them how fucking amazing this has been. So, Trev Reigns, I don't know if you're still in here, bro, but, bro, I'm proud of you. Don't go in there and give in to any expectation of anybody else. Go there as a fan. Go there to have fun. But you don't got to act some certain way because Vince McMahon and his plants want you to chant something. He pipes in noise all the time. Vince McMahon has noise piped in. So fans hear that and then they start thinking it's real people and then they join in. That's what happens, guys. And then he does plants where he'll put people around the crowd and they'll start chanting, hoping that sections will pick up on the chant. That's what happens, guys. That's not anything new. So, Trev, I'm proud of you, dude. Fucking, stand your ground, dude. Let me move on to, Adrian Lashley, formerly, a.k.a. Tori Lashley. Adrian Lashley, 499, what up? One of my tried and trues from way back, man. Always love seeing you up in here. I would so book Edge, Priest, and Rhea versus AJ, Finn, and Liv. 6-person Hell in a Cell match. Also, I finally found a way to change my username to my actual name. All right, I thought it was a Tori Lashley rockin'. So it's back to Adrian Lashley. Fuck yeah, man. And as far as the 6-man, first of all, congrats on the name change. As far as the 6-man, I'm usually not a fan, but if you're putting Liv Morgan in an iconic situation and you give it proper build, you know, Adrian Lashley, how much I love Liv Morgan, and I feel she should have more momentum right now, ever since her feud with Becky Lynch many months ago. So if you're putting her in there with somebody like Finn and AJ, with a Judgment Day, with proper booking, Adrian Lashley, Adrian, proper booking is the key phrase, then I'm okay with that. Especially because you just added Liv Morgan into that son of a bitch. I'm seeing some fucking bombs in the chat, man. Did we just get a banger? Looks like we got a couple of Hungy bangers up in here, man. I'll get to them in a second. Hold on. Can't see who it's from yet, but hold on. You guys are showing some love up in the chat. Let me keep going in order, though. Sam Byers, a 20 spot by Sam Byers. My WrestleMania Backlash, which is what we've been calling it, because it's wiggity, wiggity, whack, as Chris Cross would say. In straight trash. Whack trash pay-per-view money is going to the Amplified Man. Red team, go! Sam Byers, I appreciate that, dude. It's always appreciated, never needed. Never needed. So I appreciate the coffee, Sam Byers. Always good to see you up in here, man. Thank you so much for showing that love and support. Just know that respect is reciprocated. Sam Byers. Osea Weidman, one of my tried and trues with a 499, says BC's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's get it! Osea, hopefully you enjoyed this over an hour and a half review. I would say we were fired the entire motherfucker, and I went to you guys for a lot of this as well, and you guys showed up. You guys showed up loud, man, and kicked ass. And I'm very proud of that board. We all came together for that shit. Osea Weidman, thank you. Christopher Blackshear. Let me get my hot coffee here for Christopher Blackshear. A couple of tried and trues in a row, man. Osea and Christopher with a 499 says, Rhea joining Judgment Day was the only great part for me. What was the point of this premium live event? Pay-per-view is politically incorrect for VKM. PPV is absolutely politically incorrect. They don't want to call it that anymore because, Christopher, they know that is literally just a live event nowadays. That's what a premium event is. It's a live event, but it's being broadcast on Peacock. But it's just a live event. You see the care that's being put into it, or a lack thereof. You saw, Christopher, how excited you were, or not very much, the whole last 5 weeks going to this pay-per-view. You saw how excited you were not. BC knows how excited I was not. The AMP unit knows how excited they were not. So there was no point to answer your question, bro. There was no point at all. And Rhea Ripley is one of the... I feel that every premium event, every special event, every pay-per-view should have at least one surprise. So I'm not going to stroke this company's cock because they had a surprise last night. No, I'm not going to put your peacock back in your pants, Vince. I don't give a shit. If you had a surprise, I'm not going to stroke your fucking ego on that. Every pay-per-view should have some type of a surprise. Christopher Blackshear, thank you, dude. Dave Mealy! What up, Dave, man? $9.99. Can't blame Vince for the 6-man tag match. Although the booking was horrible, It's Fox's fault because they want certain stars exclusively on SmackDown. They don't see how the brand split isn't working. Dave, I have not seen any reputable source about the network pulling that match. That was a Vince McMahon decision at the end of the day, man. I saw the reports. Podcasters and content creators talked about it. I did my research. There is not one person that I came across that is hearing anything that Fox told Vince to pull a match on his premium event. So I can actually blame Vince. I have seen nothing accurately that has been proven that Fox took this match off the table. Nothing. That's why I always tell you guys, be careful when you watch or listen to other content creators or journalists or reporters. Be careful. Usually they're just telling you speculation. A lot of bullshit in the stories. This was a Vince McMahon decision because at the last second he realized he wants to prolong shit. He didn't want to pull the trigger on something just yet. Because Dave, every live event, you're getting every wrestler again. Just look at the live events. Look at the cards, Dave. It's Raw and SmackDown. It's all Raw and SmackDown. All of it. Vince is eventually going to have to separate his roster. The big boys for sure. But yeah, so Dave, I'm going to blame Vince McMahon if you don't mind, bro. Until I see something very reputable. That six-man tag should have never been on that event. I'll tell you that much. Also, Christopher Blackshear. Yeah, that was Christopher. And then Dave. Dave, salute. And then Ray Hunt, 5 spot. I missed half of the pay-per-view because I forgot it was on. Listen to that. Listen to that, man. Let me repeat that. That's Ray Hunt. One of my tried and trues on the channel. I missed half of the pay-per-view because I forgot it was on. If you are wondering how excited people are or were about this premium event, do you know how many people I've heard that from? They forgot it was even on. Not just they couldn't care about it, they forgot it was even on. That's bad. That's fucking sad, man. That's a Vince McMahon problem. Fox didn't do that. Fox didn't make people not care about a pay-per-view. BC's not going to blame Fox for anything. I'm blaming Vince McMahon. Everyone else can blame Fox. Everybody else can blame Bruce Pritchard. Everybody can blame Johnny Laurinaitis. Everybody can blame Writer 614 and Creative Writer 512. I'm blaming Vince McMahon because this shit has been going on for 10 plus fucking years. If you go to the same restaurant and you keep getting your burger overcooked to the point where it's burnt, and you've talked to the fucking chef or the cook, nothing's changing. You talk to the fucking manager, nothing's changing. At what point do you go to the fucking owner and say, this is unacceptable? 10 fucking plus years we've been going to the cook and the chef and the manager. I'm done. This is all Vincent Kennedy. Who was that? Ray Hunt. Ray Hunt. It's sad that to hear that, but I know you're fucking being totally honest. You forgot it was on last night. I heard that from so many fucking people. I mean, seriously. Cannot fucking fathom how you do not get people interested for an event called WrestleMania Backlash. You're pimping out your name. And it's a card of rematches with no care. Ray Hunt, I'm totally in agreement, man. And if everybody was just okay with it, you're a little bitch boy Braden. I'm okay with it, Beasley. It's okay, man. It's fine. I don't understand why people are upset. Because not all of us are on your little mediocrity bar that you set so low for yourself. We're up here. You're down here. We don't want to be there. We refuse. If you don't understand what we're saying, if you don't understand why people are forgetting there's an event, if you don't understand why people are running away in droves because it's so bad, then you're part of the problem, not the solution. And on this channel, we're part of the solution, not the problem. Ray Hunt, thank you. Derek Fleming Jr.'s up in this. Bitch! Derek Fleming Jr., 199. BC, did Charlie sell last night? I'm guessing no. A little bit more, Derek, because Ronda was laying in. I bet you a lot of that was real. A lot of those kendo sticks were landing, and Charlie was like, ah! So, Charlie was selling a little bit more. Now, you guys got to remember, I've already seen this type of match, so it's not new to me. A few years ago at Survivor Series, Ronda and Charlie already had this kind of a match. Charlie Flair was filling in for Becky Lynch, who got her nose busted by Nia Jax weeks previous. So Charlie was a substitute at Survivor Series. This was a few years ago. And it was the same thing. A lot of kendo. What was it? Falls count anywhere, maybe? Or no DQ? It was some type of match where they were just beating the fuck out of one another. And that's where they excelled. When it's a wrestling straight match, it's horrible because Charlie just doesn't sell for Ronda. And Ronda will be the first one to admit she needs a good dancing partner. That's what makes people like Sasha Banks so damn good. Is because Sasha Banks can have a good match with a fucking a pair of chopsticks. Sasha Banks can have a good match with a fucking a mop, an orange, a basket of flowers for Mother's Day. But Charlie Flair doesn't like to sell for too many fucking people. JR9, it ended in a DQ. Yeah. So that's what it was. It was a normal match, but they had Charlotte get DQ'd. Yeah, because that's what it was. Charlie just went nuts, didn't she? That's what I think. Charlie just went nuts, and so maybe she was the one beating the. Yeah, that's what it was. But I just remember the kendo stick shots or whatever. Somebody was going. So I remember that type of physicality. So I knew it would be pretty good if it's in a match, and it was. So yeah, she did. The answer to that is a little bit, just a little bit. Derek Fleming Jr. Sheriff Rivers with a 6 spot. Good to see Sheriff Rivers up in here. I fell asleep after Seth and Cody, not because I was bored. I just couldn't care enough to stay up. There is another AMP unit member, Sheriff Rivers. Not a new unit member. He's been here for a while. Tried and true. And Sheriff Rivers is telling you, just like Ray Hunt just told you that he forgot about the fucking pay-per-view, Sheriff Rivers is telling you he just couldn't care about the thing throughout the whole thing, throughout the whole event. He didn't have enough care. That's why it's important to book everything properly. Not just book everything like shit because you don't care about it, and then at the event, just let them have a decent card, a decent fucking pay-per-view premium event. And then it'll make up for the 5 weeks of shitty television. Because then you got people like Ray Hunt, Sheriff Rivers, BC, and so many others that didn't give a fuck. There you go, guys. You are seeing people. This isn't just BC's opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. They're usually full of shit. Fuck opinions. I don't even care about my own opinion. You're seeing everybody come together and go, dude, this pay-per-view, this premium event, I didn't care about it. Or other people saying I forgot about it. I hate seeing that, man. We should be going into these events excited. And the wrestlers should have a big weight off their shoulders that they don't have to do more than they have to just because Vince booked them pathetically. Chilling with Charlie Grin, 5 spot. What up, chillin'? Hopefully everything's going good, bro. I fell asleep during the whole pay-per-view. Never fails with no care whatsoever to really stay up for. Don't worry, I'm still kicking and staying amped. I hope everything's going good, chillin'. I'm glad to hear you're kicking ass, bro, and still rocking. So a coffee, chillin' with Charlie Grin. Let me take a big salute into my AMP unit. This is another tried and true AMP unit member. Been with the unit for the longest of times, and he's telling you he fell asleep through it because there was no care. How many people need to tell you this? It's not just BC being too harsh. I gauged the community, not just my own. There was a lot of people that didn't even know this event was on last night. That tells you something. And the ones that did, a lot of them didn't care about it. A lot of them like chilling, falling asleep. Chilling with a 2-spot, too. Chilling with Charlie Grin with a 2-spot says, that's why I fell asleep. Redundant BS rematches. I told you guys, and Chilling with Charlie Grin, I totally hear you, bro. The first 4 matches on this card was all rematches from Mania. The first 4. Madcap and Corbin was the only match that broke it up, and that was supposed to be at Mania. And then you had the weird 6-man schmaz. Pile driver finisher, 5-spot coffee. Pile driver. BC, thanks for the good, the bad, and the ugly. What do you think they should do with the Judgment Day faction? First of all, I hate factions, so I love, okay, Edge is going to do this with Damian. I really do think that Damian is going to gain a lot from this. Damian Priest is going to gain a lot more being with Edge than he would with Bad Bunny. And I like what Bad Bunny has done, by the way, so that's not shade. But I don't think Damian got a lot of swag next to Bad Bunny. The headlines was always about Bad Bunny. At this stage in Edge's career, to have something like Judgment Day, I'm actually on board with. I think if booked correctly, that's the biggest key words, guys. I know I'm like a broken record, but everything I say has an asterisk by it. It's contingent upon good booking. But if they book this faction correctly, it's going to do wonders for Damian, and it's going to do wonders for Rhea Ripley. Now, Adrienne Lachey just said, and I hate 6-man schmazes, trust me, but if you want to do something like Hell in a Cell and you put in Liv Morgan with Balor and Styles or something, and you let people shine, it's booked correctly, maybe BC and so many people are actually on board with this. So as far as what do I think they should do with Judgment Day, just book them properly. No L's. No L's. Not for a couple straight months, bro. None of them. Rhea Ripley, Edge, Damian, no L's. Backstage, in the parking lot, in that ring, at the local fucking supermarket, in a mall. Are those things still around, malls? Wherever Judgment Day is, put them in a good story that we give a fuck about. Make us go, fuck, man, Judgment Day's badass. Because you got to be careful. Look at what happened in AEW with Malachi Black's House of Black. They became non-existent. A lot of people kind of don't care about them. They became just mid-carders for weeks, just giving promos on Dynamite for 30 seconds. And then the last couple weeks when they show up, they get beat up by Death Triangle or some shit. I mean, that faction could not have been booked any worse. You don't want Judgment Day to turn out like House of Black. Because House of Black has all the talent in the world. Tony Khan botched them. Pile driver finisher. That's my advice for Judgment Day, bro. Deontay Thomas, 5-spot coffee. I'm going to my first ever live event next Saturday. What do you think? Should I go or just take the L? No, go, dude, go. It's good to be at these events. Try to have a good time. Get a beverage, some fucking food like popcorn guy. Just make sure more goes in your mouth than on your fucking belly. Be around maybe some other smart fans that love wrestling and want to see it succeed, so they're not going to bullshit and just do stupid chants, but they're going there to enjoy. They're going to be a little critical maybe. They'll laugh. Maybe you'll get a chant or two. Maybe you'll even be involved in it. Live events are still fun. It's just the people that I see just going these days just seems to be the sheep mentality. And they don't understand that, like, what they're... I don't understand that these type of crowds, but this is what Vince preys on. Vince loves these type of crowds, you know? And a lot of times when you go to New York or Chicago, you're going to get a little harsher crowd. That's not because they're just dicks. It's because they know what they should be viewing. They know that they hold the company at a higher standard. So, Deontay, go. Try to have fun. Don't force it. If the show sucks, tell BC it sucked. I won't be surprised. Deontay Thomas, but go, man. Have a good time. Try to anyway. EZ does it with 100 banger, dude. That was one of the bombs that I saw earlier in the chat. EZ does it. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but I hope you felt all that love earlier, dude. All the fire emojis, the fucking bomb emojis. That was all for you. Pile driver finisher sending some more love. But EZ does it. That's a lot of coffee pods. So, I appreciate that Easy does it beyond belief, man. That is a huge help to the channel. It's never needed, never, but it's always appreciated. Easy Does It says with 100 banger. This is not the first time Easy Does It has sent 100 banger, by the way. Just so you guys know, this isn't just the first fucking time. So Easy Does It, man. Big time on this channel, VIP status. Easy Does It says, here's a crazy concept. How about build up to the pay-per-views? I'm sorry, premium events. And also let the talent handle the rest so the payoff could be actually worth paying and watching. But I guess since they can feed us crap and people still pay at the end of the day, what can we do? Easy Does It, you're preaching to the choir. This is what I have been ramming fucking home to the cows come home since I've had this channel. It's a reason that we have a 9-3 in what many people are considering a decent show last night. I'm with you, bro. And I'm not going to stop the good fight. I'm going to keep putting up the good fight. I'm going to keep being the voice of the voiceless so that one day maybe we can have all of that. But Easy Does It, they don't think logically with common sense. And even more tragically, Easy Does It, you know what I'm going to say. They don't care, bro. They don't care. They don't care like you do, Easy Does It. They don't care like BC does. And they don't care like my amp unit right now. All of you in the chat, all of you that are going to click on this afterwards when we're up on the channel outside of being live. They don't care like us. Easy Does It. Appreciate it, dude. I'm honestly, I'm thankful to have people like you, Easy Does It, in the amp unit. Not just for the fucking banger, by the way, that 100 spot. That does get a lot of coffee. But because you understand what is right and what is wrong in pro wrestling, and you understand how badly injured and wounded pro wrestling is right now. It's on life support. So that's why I really thank you, Easy Does It. Not just for the 100 banger, another one, but for understanding. Much love and respect. I don't know if Easy Does It is in the chat still, but if you are, thank you, dude. If you come back later and catch this, much love and respect. And then I want to send a little shout out over to Archmedes82. Hopefully I said that correctly, man. Archimedes82. Archimedes, maybe. Maybe it's Archimedes, but 82. 10 spot. No words needed, just showing the love and respect. So Archimedes82, much love and respect right back to you. Thank you for the coffees, dude. Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, with another 10 spot, says, I was even half asleep through the entire night in the arena. And there was no crowd reaction for Corbin and Moss. So this is, again, another AMP unit member telling you he was fucking falling asleep during the event. Remember I told you guys Corbin and Moss, it looked like people were actually snoozing? Like they were tucked in bed with their snuggies? Trev Reigns was at the show and he's telling us he was falling asleep during this shit. And Corbin and Moss had no reaction. So that shows you that BC's not just giving you my opinion on these matches. I'm not just fucking telling you a bunch of horse shit. People that were there are telling you this. Backing up my facts. Making my words factual. Thank you, Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, for that confirmation on my words. Gabrielle Oheon. Gabrielle with a 10 spot. No words needed, just showing love and appreciation. So Gabrielle, much love and appreciation right back to you. I appreciate the coffees. Chubless the Bear, an old timer on the unit. I don't get to see Chubless the Bear up in the chat too much, but that 5-spot coffee, I see you, dog. Chubless the Bear says, BC, Roman might be leaving, hence why he is doing those promos at the end of the last one. He did explain it. He's not going anywhere, Chubless. A lot of people in the community just wanted to make content, so journalists started writing about it. Journalists, I use that loosely. Content creators are making videos. It's all speculation based on nothing. Roman Reigns is going nowhere. They're just taking off some of the bigger talent on live events. Guys, Rock and Roman is happening next year at Mania. Roman's going nowhere. I just wish you guys would take these stories with a grain of salt. These days, I'm noticing that a story gets pumped out there and everybody latches onto it. And everybody takes it for fact. he cuts this thing in New Jersey, I think it was, and he's talking about how I might not be back here anytime soon or something. And everybody starts tweaking out. Roman's leaving. Roman's going to Hollywood. Roman's dropping the titles. Roman's done with WW. And I'm over here like, what the fuck are you guys on? What are you smoking? Riddle shit? Guys, stop with the speculation channels on this platform. Stop listening to speculation reporters and journalists. Roman's going nowhere. Mark my words. That's it. Troublous the Bear, I do appreciate it though, and I know what you're talking about. I've seen all the stories. I've seen nothing reputable that says Roman is leaving anytime soon for any reason, even Hollywood. Troublous the Bear, much love and respect though. Oh, the coffee's kicking in, man. Second cup in the stream. We're over 2 hours. BC's fine. I love this part where we just shoot the shit with the unit. Gabriel Ohayon, again, Gabriel with another 10 spot. No words needed, just showing love and appreciation. So, Gabriel, much love right back to you again. Thank you for another batch of coffee. They are much appreciated, clearly. Brianna, what up? 5 spot coffee, always good to see Brianna up in here. Brah, I was just sipping the broth from my ramen, which is white and creamy, and you're talking about jizz, dude. Laugh my ass off. Brianna, was that the part when I was talking about, when was I talking about that? Was that, what was that? Was that the 6-man tag match? And everybody was jizzing over the sequences and into popcorn, guys, popcorn, that extra buttery flavor. Brianna, I'm sorry. Yeah, JR9 confirmed it. JR9, during the 6-man, we were talking. The coffee was kicking in. I was thinking about the 6-man and the reaction it was getting live. And BC couldn't understand it. And it went off the rails. Brianna, all apologies. What can I say? Brianna was... Oh, man, I love those ramen too, man. Now I can't have ramen for another week. Thank you, Brianna. Much love and respect. All apologies. Let me show that. Much love and respect, Brianna. Salute. Easy does it, man. Easy does it. Again, don't know if you're up in the chat, but man, that 100 banger is still showing, dude. I really do appreciate that all the time, man. That's huge. Big time supporting the channel. Brianna, that's funny. Gabriel Ohayon, I think I got, right? Was that a second time? Yeah, I got Gabrielle, I believe. Much love and respect for 2 sets of coffees. And I think that was everyone, unless there was more while I was reading that first batch. And yes, there was. There was a bunch more, actually. Hold on. There was a bunch more. Carlos! Carlos Ray was the second 100 banger, dude. Hold on, let me confirm that. Yeah, there's Carlos, man. Top of the chat in red. 100 bombed by one of my most faithful AMP unit members. One of my most tried and true, man, Carlos Ray. Carlos knows that is never needed, man. Appreciated, yes, but never needed. Carlos, much love, dude. Before I even read anything. Love and respect. Hope everything is good, Carlos. I'm not sure if you're still up in the chat, dude, but dude. Hopefully you're still seeing some fire and bombs up in the chat, Carlos. You probably already got it earlier. When you sent it. I don't know how long ago that was sent, but Carlos, man. Big Nang's up in the chat, sending you the love over there, man. Chillin's still up in here, sending you the love. Carlos, I hope you could see all that love yet again, probably, man. I know Carlos got showered with all the love for the birthday. It was Carlos's birthday earlier. I'm going to say it again. Happy belated birthday. We even sang to Carlos last week. BC doesn't sing to anybody. But that's how much we love Carlos on the channel. Carlos, let me read that, man. I'm too busy fucking showing the love. But Carlos says, BC, sad to say, I may be gone for a while. Health issues. I'll know by tomorrow. Much love and respect to you and the unit, to each and every one of you. Salute. Well, I never like to hear that, Carlos, so... What I'm going to tell you is what I would tell anybody in this situation. I just told Chillin' with Charlie Grin this. Stay fucking amplified. Don't panic on bad news. Take any negativity, soul trade in that shit. Let it fucking fester to amplification, and you rock this world apart. You fuck shit up, even in the worst of times. You stay amplified, Carlos. We will be here, dude, when you come back. If you do need to take time off, I want all the prayers up in that chat, guys. This just turned from fire and banger bombs to love, man. Hearts and prayer emojis to Carlos, please. He's one of our tried and trues to the highest levels on this channel. Thank you, guys. Brianna, Jer9, obviously. Pile Driver. Thank you guys so much, man. Latanya. Dragon, Suntivia, Robert, thank you guys, man. Big Kev, Alex, thank you guys, man. Ashley Steggles, James, Shrimp Fajitas, what up, man? Makai, Demonte, thank all you guys, man. So Carlos, Carlos is still in here. I see you, man. So hopefully you're feeling all that love, man. Take that energy, and whatever the results are for whatever this issue is, you beat the shit out of it, bro. We're gonna be here. BC will be here, fucking, whether it's a week, a month, a fucking year. I'm gonna be smashing coffees and fucking whooping ass. Probably a little bit more tweaked in a year from now. It looks like I aged fucking 10 years a year from now with this fucking product. But I always appreciate you, Carlos, man, so thank you. And I hope whatever this is, you bang it out, dude. Thank you guys for showing the love. So Carlos, man, thank you so much. Jer9 Gaming with a $5 and a $2. $5 from Jer9, who's my right-hand man, stats-wise, numbers-wise, question-wise. So here we are going toward 2.5 hours. It's always good to see Jer9. And that's back-to-back with my boy Carlos, too. So I always love seeing them together. A Money in the Bank ad aired last night with Cody saying one male and female superstar will win with the chance to main event Mania. Sounds like WWE changed how Money in the Bank works. Saying one male and female superstar will win the chance to main event Mania. But wait, isn't that the Royal Rumble? So Jer9, explain what that means, dude. When is Money in the Bank? Jer9, if you're still in the chat, can you tell me what the date is? Carlos, I hope you're still feeling that love, dude. My unit is showing up. Warwick, Ross sucks. Everybody, man, thank you. When is July 2nd? So wait, one man and one woman would main event WrestleMania from July 2nd's event? I don't understand. And Jer9 also says, much love, Carlos. Hope you get better soon, brother. So Jer9 is showing that love on a VIP level, Carlos. I'm sure you saw that already. But I want to give that shout out from JR to Carlos. And a personal shout out to Jer9 for giving that shout out to Carlos. Thank you, Jer9. Yeah, June is Hell in a Cell, so July is Money. Wait, so what the fuck does that mean? So Jer9, so am I correct? This makes no sense, correct? So whoever wins Money in the Bank is going to main event Mania, which will be August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 9 months later? It's really odd. Nobody can figure it out. Yeah, I think that's a botch. Somebody botched the ad, Cody Rhodes, somebody. The marketing. So you can't have 9 months in advance, bro. The way that Vince McMahon releases people and people get injured chasing the fucking 24/7 nonsensical title in the Cater and Crusader Club. Injuries, fucking all that. There's no way they're going to main event Mania. I love long-term storytelling, but there's no way it would make the Rumble pointless, says Jer9. Yeah, absolutely. Now what I'm going to have to do, Jer9, is do more research on this because I know you know what you saw and heard. So now I have to fucking deep dive like I know you're going to. Hopefully I have more information if I go live tonight for Raw or tomorrow when I do the whole Raw review. Jer9, thank you for giving me that heads up, man. That makes no sense, and I'll be on the lookout for more information. Derek Fleming Jr., $4.99. As an AEW fan myself, I found I found out my brother is an AEW apologist. He found nothing wrong with last week's show. Might have to get a new brother, shake my head, LOL. Derek Fleming Jr. also has a 199. Said to the ratings, his brother said, they're fine. No, it's not, bro. So Derek Fleming Jr.'s brother is kind of one of those people that just waves the flag of AEW, just like there's WWE fans that wave the flag, and they don't want to take criticism. So when the ratings come out, or if a segment could have been better, or a segment was just done bad, there's a lot of people in each company that just say, it was fine, it's okay, it's better than Raw, the company's only been around for 3 years. But the sad truth is, it's more than just playoffs, these ratings, man. NXT, thanks to JR9. JR9 gave me this stat earlier this week or last week. NXT pulled within 175,000-ish fans away viewership this past week on NXT than AEW. Playoffs were all week. Hockey, NBA, you name it. NXT pulled within 175,000 viewers of AEW. And you think about the roster that AEW Dynamite has. It's electric. And NXT was right there. I mean, that's unacceptable. So, Derek Fleming Jr., I know it can be a pain in the ass to have a fan turn a blind eye to that type of shit, especially when it's your brother. I give you much fucking strength to deal with that shit, bro. Thank you for the coffees, man. You guys are fucking phenomenal in this. I can't believe this stream, dude. You guys made this not just more fun, but you're making this fucking epic. Angel Scratch Show. Well, I don't get the whole name on the medium screen. Angel Scratch Show. Angel Morales, dude. Thank you for the super. 2-spot. Can't chat. Not subbed long enough. There's a 4-week chat limit, guys. Because it's more like a club, the Amplified unit. And you kind of have to earn your way in. So you have to go through 4 weeks of making sure you're tried and true. And then I can make sure that you're not just a bitch boy Braden, and you can handle truth, and you could be a part of the most premier clique in all of pro wrestling, the Amplified unit. So there's a 4-week initiation period. So Angel's Scratch Show is a little bit newer, but still sent over that 2-spot. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Can't chat, not subbed long enough, but boring event. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree that the matches weren't that bad. The event wasn't even that bad as a whole. But when you have such lack of care put into the whole thing, nobody can be invested. So at the end of the day, we're just going, wow, that was a more surprisingly good event than we thought. And that's sad that that's how we watch pro wrestling now. Weeks of, I was going to say mediocre, non-existent storylines. Characters we don't give a fuck about, and nobody cares. Nobody's exciting. And then when the pay-per-view, the premium event is all over, we go, wow, that was better than I thought it was going to be. And we repeat the process every month. So, Angel Scratch Show, I totally fucking agree. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. We got Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, with another 10-spot, dude. And again, Trev Reigns was there last night, guys. Every time I sat in that arena, I thought that I should have stayed home watching Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, or Disney Plus. I woke up during the event not caring about that pay-per-view. Oh, I woke up not caring about the pay-per-view the next morning. And Trev Reigns was there, bro. That's a first-hand account. He wasn't part of the sheep that were just chanting last night at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. Thank you for your honesty, Trev Reigns, the Tribal God, as always. And then Shiv Rivers with another 7 spots says, I may be in the minority, but what the fuck is a tortellini? Sheriff Rivers, I said that earlier, didn't I? More charisma than a tortellini, maybe? Or I said Sasha can have a better match with a tortellini? I said something. A tortellini is an Italian pasta. Or at least it is for Italians. If you're Italian, you know what I'm talking about. A tortellini is delicious. It's amazing. You can buy a bag of tortellinis and just boil them and then put butter and salt on them. And you're going to thank me later. You can either get cheese tortellinis or meat tortellinis. The meat tortellinis are amazing. But the cheese tortellinis are fucking epic too. You could put clam sauce on top of the tortellini. You could put red sauce. I'm not a big fan of red sauce. But clam sauce. You could chop up some chicken nuggets and put them in with the cheese tortellinis. What I love to do is make like a soup with it. So you can put just like a broth. And then you add a bag of tortellinis. Put some cheese on top of that shit. Maybe cut up some onions, some fucking mushrooms, some green peppers. And you got a tortellini soup. But anyway, yes, this is turning into a tortellini fucking, a tortellini rant. My new channel, BC's Tortellini channel, or for BC's Food Network. You guys want to see BC cook all day? That could actually be fun, man. I am Italian. We could put together some fucking badass meals. Hold on, guys. Who was that? Sheriff Rivers. Yeah, that's what just Google it, man. You'll see what the tortellini is. And again, my Italians know what it is. You probably grew up with it. Your nani, your nana, they probably made you a bunch of tortellinis growing up. Deontay Thomas, 2-spot. I had the work last night, so I didn't miss nothing. No, you didn't, bro. I mean, you can go back and watch. Again, the event wasn't that bad, just sheer wrestling-wise for the most part. But that's not what we review here in and of itself. We review everything. The build for the last 5 weeks, the lack of care, the lack of effort being brought into from Vince McMahon in the suits and ties, what this means for everybody. And that's why the board looks like it does. But it wasn't horrendous wrestling-wise. You can go back and check that out, I guess. But nothing epic happened. Rhea Ripley joined Judgment Day, and that's that. Pay your money to see these premium events. They're just live events, but they're shown on Peacock. So Deontay Thomas, you missed nothing, man. Derek Fleming Jr., 199. BC, how would you fix House of Black's booking? I would make them fucking relevant, Derek Fleming Jr. I would literally not have put them for 3, 4, 5 weeks in these 30-second segments on Dynamite. Just saying a bunch of words in a dark room. That's no better than how Vince was booking Aleister Black. The only difference is now Malachi has people with him, making him even more watered down. I'll give you a for instance. If you're going to have them beat the shit out of Varsity Blondes this past week, why the fuck did Death Triangle have to come down to clear out the bad guys? Death Triangle just beat the shit out of House of Black last week. And that was House of Black's first time on Dynamite, like actually in the arena, in weeks. And they just got manhandled in a 3-minute segment. So they beat up Varsity Blondes this week. Death Triangle comes out and clears the ring again. Just because that's going to be a future feud? Why couldn't House of Black just beat the fuck out of Varsity Blondes? Tease the whole Julia Hart thing some more. Make them look dominant. Do some fun shit with them backstage or behind the scenes. Not just a 30-second promo. Something very badass that we're going to talk about the next morning at the water cooler at work or at school. During science class. My point is, and nothing that AEW is doing with House of Black is making you talk about them the next day. You guys know I'm right. You can wave your flag all you want. You can act like Tony Khan does nothing wrong, but you're not going to bullshit me. Nothing that House of Black does the next day makes me go, damn, I can't wait to see Malachi. And that's sad. Because Malachi, when he was Aleister, we thought would be fucking amazing in AEW. And the second that Cody beat Malachi, when Cody should not have been beating Malachi because that just created 50-50 booking, Malachi was never the same after that. So, who was that? Derek Fleming Jr. Simplistic booking at first. I'm not even going to give you epic booking for House of Black. Just book them simplistically better. And then we can talk about epic segments that I would have them in. Because then we can start having a lot of fun and get creative with those type of characters. Fuck, bro. Sky's the limit. Derek Fleming Jr., thank you. Pimp Jesus, 10-spot. Good to see Pimp Jesus up in here, man. I don't always get to see the pimp. Pimp Jesus, BC in the unit. I'm back. Was in a house fire and had to spend a week in the hospital. Also had to wait a week for the PC being at a repair place. Also had to wait for a TV. But I'm back now. That sounds like a lot of waiting for a lot of fucking shit, pimp. So I'm glad you're back on your feet. Things are looking back on the up and up. And that you're back with the unit. And bro, don't worry about the 10 spot in the coffees, man. Put that to the fire, man. But I appreciate it. It's just good to see you up in here, Pimp Jesus. That like is all that's needed, man. The coffees, that's never needed. But I do appreciate it, man. Sorry to hear about the fire, man. We had a little bit of scare here at the studios as well, man. A little bit of a scare. Don't worry, I had my coffee maker. That was going to be my most prized possession I was going to run out of the studio with. I got my coffee maker! Get out of the way! Pimp Jesus, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're bouncing back, dude. Much love and respect. Deontay Thomas, 5 spot. I know Cody is winning Money in the Bank. What about the woman, and when should they cash in? I can't even future book that. That would be called amplified booking, Deontay. And I don't even know, because if I book something awesome, Vince McMahon is going to book the exact opposite, and it's going to look shitty, it's going to turn into shit, and it's going to be lackluster to the point where we don't give a fuck. I know that's sad to hear. I used to have a thing, guys. It wasn't a prediction video to pay-per-views. I used to do what's called amplified booking. And I would go through the card. My tried and trues remember this. I would go through the entire card, and we would book the pay-per-view. 24 hours before the event actually took place, BC would book it as if I'm the head booker. What ended up happening is the shows were so bad, the actual shows, that people were coming back and going, BC, your booking got us excited. And then we got trash. And then BC started going, well, damn, I'm exciting myself with my booking, and Vince McMahon is turning this into shit. So I stopped doing amplified booking. So Deontay Thomas, all apologies, bro. There's no way that I can book Money in the Bank until I see where McMahon is headed trajectory-wise, and then I make sure that nothing is going to be flipped upside down to a point of travesty. But there's no way that I can even think of that right now, man. I got to make sure as a creator, but just as important as a critic in this industry, I have to see where Hell in a Cell is going. Vince McMahon could make Hell in a Cell somehow look like a fucking train wreck. So Deontay, ask me after Hell in a Cell. Then I'll have a clearer picture for you. Easy does it, bro. 100 banger again in the same fucking chat. The same live stream. Easy does it just dropped another fucking 100 banger bomb. Not a Jaeger bomb, a banger bomb. Easy does it says, yo, Carlos, hope you feel better, my brother. I will be praying extra hard for you. We need you here at all times, brother. I'm going to be extra amped just for you, brother. So not only does Easy Does It show the love to the channel, Easy Does He just spent that 100 banger bomb on Carlos. One of our most highest tried and trues on this channel. If that's not the ultimate love and respect, those are the type of people I want in the unit. That's why I have a 4-week rule. That's what I want. Not just the smartest, not just the most badass, but the most respected and respectful. Yeah, we're gonna yell, we're gonna swear, we're gonna seem like we're extra harsh, we're gonna seem like assholes, but at the end of the day, at the bottom line is, we do have a heart of gold. Whether you see it or not, that's another fucking, that's a whole nother story. So all that's going back to, you're not used to this, Easy Does It. This is the second time in one stream, but all that love going to you and Carlos right now. So I got to take a major swig right now for not just Carlos, who sent in a banger bomb, 100 banger bomb, and Carlos is dealing with some heavy medical shit right now. And I really do pray that you pull through, man, and I want to hear good things. And even if you get negative news, you stay amplified and kick ass, brother. So not just for Carlos, but 2 times for Easy Does It. A major swig for you guys, man. Ow! Ah! Yep, that's just sheer caffeine, guys. That's not water we're downing. Man, the love you guys are showing, man. I love this. This is fucking awesome. Even if you can't chat, dude. Even if you can't chat, you're still waiting on your 4 weeks because you're a new unit member and you have to wait 4 weeks to chat. Even if you're not sending BC a coffee, which I do not need at all. I'm going to drink coffee whether somebody gets me a coffee. Trust me, I'm fine, guys. If you can't do any of that, even if you're just smashing the like button for now, which, by the way, we're about to hit 400 live. This is what I love to see, man. Thank you, guys. Fucking epic, man. This is why I created this channel. I never thought it would get to this point. The way the Tube does not like to push the channel. It thinks I'm too controversial. Tube does not like this channel. Doesn't want to let it grow, but we still continue to grow by the fucking day. Over 100 new subscribers last week when the channel's actually not being pushed. That tells you how epic we are, bro. That's right, I said we. Easy does it. Just massive, major thanks. Let me see if I got everybody, man. Oh, Deontay Thomas. 2-spot. When is Bayley coming back? Heel or face? Deontay, any fucking moment, man. She's ready to rock. She's ready to rock. We don't know if it's heel or face. We don't even know the exact brand. We thought it was going to be Smackdown. Then we heard the words, the rumblings about Raw. And then we heard the latest report. It's back to Smackdown. So, Deontay, we don't know, bro. We've been waiting. Bayley was ready to come back before Asuka. So we don't know. I know that's not the answer you wanted, Deontay, but we're waiting, man. Bayley was doing her best work before she got injured. That's what's sad. And she got injured training for a big match. Big title match, I believe. Was that Bianca Belair? So it would make sense if she went back to Raw to square that off. But we're hearing she's going over to SmackDown yet again. So we don't know, Deontay. Janelle, did my super chat come through? I didn't see it. I'll look again, Janelle, but I didn't see it. Hold on, I'll try to get that screen up again, Janelle. Janelle, no, it didn't. Not that I see. Rachel Rocca. I don't know if Rachel's up in here. You're going to catch us later, but while I was going through the list, man, I saw those 50 bangers you put in on last stream. I want to thank Rachel Rocca again. I don't get to see her in the chat too often. So that was a huge contribution to the channel. Never needed, always appreciated. Rachel, thank you. Janelle, sorry, I do not see it, though, but I do see Sheriff Rivers. Let me go over to Sheriff Rivers. Hold on one sec. Shrimp tortellini sounds good as fuck. That's delicious. That's more like a wonton, though, or a dumpling. Sheriff Rivers, you can try a shrimp tortellini. I'm telling you, dude, try just regular cheese or meat. Cheese or meat tortellini. Boil that shit, put some butter and salt on it, you're going to love it. Or make it into a soup. But you don't even got to go to the fucking seafood. I'm telling you, bro, meat and cheese, you're gonna thank me later. Tortellinis are where it's at. My Italians know what's up. Carlos, Janelle, I did see it, so he will get it, and thanks. How long ago was it, Janelle? I didn't see it. I didn't see the super. Janelle Layton. How long ago was that super? I don't see it. I got Deontay. I got Pimpe Jesus. Easy does it. Fucking banger bombs. But I don't see it. I'll check again, Janelle. I had Gabrielle. Chillin'. Archie Mendez, 82. Chillin' with Charlie Grin. Easy does it. Pile driver finisher, Sheriff Rivers, Derek Fleming Jr., Ray Hunt, Dave Mealy, Christopher Blackshear, Carlos Ray with the fucking banger. All love and respect and prayers to Carlos. Osea Weidman, Sam Byers, Adrienne Lachey with her name back. Trev Reigns, the Tribal God. That's who I have. Brianna. Jer9 Gaming. Angel Scratch Show. Deontay Thomas and Sheriff Rivers. Pimp Jesus. I mean, that's who I have. Janelle, I just got one now from you. Janelle, I just got it now. 10 spot. Carlos, hang in there. We'll be waiting on you. That's awesome. First of all, Janelle, I did get that one. And Carlos, Janelle just told you, bro. I'll reciprocate that message. We'll be right here, bro. You take care of what you need to take care of, dude. If it's something you definitely have to work on and you can't be around, try every once in a while to stop in and just say what's up, even if you don't want to give us any info or update. Just come in and say what's up. We'd love to hear from you, dude. Definitely will not be the same without Carlos. So Janelle, I appreciate the super up front, and I doubly appreciate it because it's showing that love for Carlos. So guys, that looks like that's going to be over 2.5 hours of a live stream. We started this in the morning, sometime around 11. I think 10:55 a.m. was the start time. We were a little late. We had a little bit of a fire issue at the studios. We were able to orchestrate that to be settled. And then we went live at around 11. It's about to be 2 p.m. Eastern time. Even though we came out at the most weirdest time, the morning into the day, you guys showed up so fucking strongly. We are about to hit 400. We're literally just a few away from 400 on the ups. We're about to go to 500 live. In the middle of the morning or afternoon, wherever you are. I mean, I can't fucking say enough how special that is. The supers were just totally fucking mind-boggling. Easy Does It and Carlos headlined the super VIPs. And all you guys that throw a coffee to BC, not needed, always appreciated. And the chat was just so much fun, and you guys helped me. You guys helped me with this board, which made it even more special. I love when we get to do this. So, and by the way, we just crushed 400 live. So now we're going to 500. So this is the way to end this stream, man. And you guys showing the love over to fucking Carlos, chilling with Charlie Grin, Pimp Jesus, who just was in a fire. So, you know, it's one of those times where we're all trying to stay amplified through the bullshit. So it's good to see you guys supporting each other. That's what the AMP unit is all about. I'm going to end the stream now the best way possible, saluting my unit. Every single one of you that took a fucking moment to smash that up. Cannot thank you enough. What a special stream. There's a chance, a small chance, but a chance I could be with you guys live tonight for the first hour of Monday Night Raw. If not, I'll be with you guys tomorrow for the full 3-hour review. So you might get a little special bonus live stream tonight. I'm not sure. But if not, I'll be with you guys tomorrow. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Appreciate it, man. I see you guys, man. I can't give a roll call because we've been this was such a long stream that a roll call will take another 20 minutes, guys. But trust me, I see all you guys, dude. And I couldn't thank you enough. I'm still seeing the love get thrown around. Carlos, if you got to go away for a little bit, man, what a fucking thank you. What a show of respect the unit is showing. What a stream. And I hope you guys know, man, if you think this was just too harsh, just know that I'm being the most honest that I possibly can be, man. This is the most honest that I could have been. This was a joint production with my unit. This is the truth. If you're not going to care, Vince, nobody else is going to. Much love, guys. I'm out. Thank you so much for this amazing. This has been awesome. This has been awesome. Stream forever. Stream forever. If I missed any supers, guys, I'll get them in the later list, and I'll make sure that I'll shout out in the next stream if I did miss anybody. I think I got everybody. For the bangers, Carlos and Easy Does It, dude, you'll go up in the VIP Hall of Fame, obviously. That list is in a separate fucking juncture. And I can't wait to do this again, man. What a stream. Check you guys. Sasha, do me a favor. You know what you got to do, man. Hit my motherfucking music on the way out. Check you. Bang it. Bang it. Bang it. Thank you guys, man. Salute. Go eat your tortellinis. Drink your fucking coffee. Check you guys. Thank you. Hit that shit. Unreal.